fans, it's time to get out of your seats.
But I just needed them to give the ball to Aaron Jones once inside the 5-1. In the fourth quarter. First quarter, on that first drive, God, I was terrified. Jordan and Devontae, and he had 100 yards in the first quarter. I was like, all right.
Oh, wait, so you're playing Jordan? Yeah, because Adam's at like 30 this week. Which, again,
Jordan's like 2.5 quarters.
Again, basically what Jordan and I decided, like, again, like, everybody talks about, oh, he has no running backs. The rest of his team is loaded. That's the thing, like.
Yeah, but you need 9 good positions.
That's fair, but at the same time, like, basically that's what we took into it, like, literally.
Unless you're
literally stack your receivers, stack your quarterback with Watson, stack your tight end with Kelsey, and then try to, at some point through the course of the year, find 2 running backs and literally put up 10 points. And everybody else does it.
I'm living in the 21st century, doing something new to it, doing better than anybody you ever seen. Do it, spring from the haze, got a nice ring to it.
I guess we'll see.
How much did your football game pack up for Dallas? Our games would always go up.
Dude, we played at Memorial. Like,
that's true, that's kind of far.
No, not even. It's not far. It's a hassle.
It's a cool
Just
place.
you gotta go downtown, you gotta pay for parking. Assistant coach, you know, that ASU hired.
Basketball, yeah.
He's like good friends with my uncle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Colts fans, let's take a Kodak moment tonight. When I announce the captains for tonight's game, please hold up your phone with a flashlight on. We'll have the photographers out taking a panoramic picture of the captains surrounded by the flashlights from the stands. Let's help our captains look good and light up the night. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, please rise and remove your hats as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem, sung tonight by our very own Lucas Keller. Through the Rob Lucas.
And then walk out with the point guard. We're good to go whenever, right? We're good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you again to Joe Worth Stadium. Our stadium has been named in honor of a man who served the last 35 years as the Chief Financial Officer for the Chandler Unified School District. Please direct your attention to the center field for our coin toss. Officials for tonight's game are referee Jacob Gustafson, umpire Simon Gustafson, line judge Rob McKinley, head linesman Mark Lange, and back judge Tournament Smith. The officials are men and women who are assigned by the AIA to administer the rules of the game. Their experience and their integrity qualify them for part of the intergalactic contest. The attitude of sportsmanship should be reflected by all spectators, no matter what their personal feelings or loyalty may be to one team or another in tonight's event.
From Queen Creek, Arizona, this is Casteel Colts football on the Sports 360 Arizona line stream from the Valley of the Sun. Alongside Lyle Goldstein, I'm TJ Matheson. We'll be with you here from Casteel High School tonight. The 4-1 Casteel Colts hosting the Williams Field Blackhawks. 3-2 record, both teams riding a win streak of at least 3 games. Casteel dropped their opener to Centennial back on August 23rd, but since then it's been 4 straight wins for the Colts. And Williams Field lost their first 2 ball games, both back in August, but have won their last 3 games. So, a matchup of 2 teams riding a couple of hot win streaks, Lyle, and it's both teams coming off emphatic wins, too. Both teams scoring 60-plus in each of their last 2 wins, and I feel like we can expect a little bit more of that tonight.
I was going to say, I think you should expect a lot of points to be scored tonight. Both teams putting up 60-plus in their last games. Both these teams riding high like you talked about, TJ. Williams Field's won their last 3. Casteel's won their last 4 after just dropping that opening week contest to Centennial. So 2 good quarterbacks on display today on a pretty warm, sunny night here from the Valley. So we should be in for a pretty good one. Again, should be a lot of points scored.
Just about as ideal of a temperature, ideal weather situation as you can get here in the Valley of the Sun. Mid-80s, not a cloud in the sky as the sun is set here at Casteel High School in Queen Creek, Arizona. So back deep is Isaiah Newcomb, the 6'1 junior, one of the leading receivers on this Casteel High School squad, but he's back deep to receive as the Colts will get the opening kickoff here from Queen Creek. Williams Field 3-2, Casteel 4-1. 2 just about ready to get underway from Queen Creek, Arizona. For Williams Field, kicking this one away, it's Kelson Walker, the senior, 6 foot, 150 pounds. Going from right to left. Raises his hand, sweeps the leg, and we're underway here from Queen Creek. Newcomb back to receive, catches it about the 5-yard line, cuts it up across the 20, met by a defender at the 25 and dropped, and that's where the Colts will get underway here on a warm night for football in the Valley of the Sun. As already we have a Colt down out there on the field. It's Colin Gapin down there. He's down on the field getting looked at by the medical staff. We saw a collision there as Newcomb took that ball across the 25-yard line. Wonder if Gapin got caught in the crossfire there. So he's still down, looked like getting his leg looked at. Not what you want to see on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, and Gapin's a guy who's one of the top receivers on this team. He's second on the team in catches, second in yards, and a viable weapon on offense.
So when the Colts offense gets out there, Dane Christensen, their junior quarterback, will, as Gapin gets up a slight limp, will walk off the field. Good to see him up and moving, though definitely with a noticeable limp. Gapin, the second leading receiver on this team, he'll have to head to the sideline, and that'll leave Dane Christensen, the 6'2", 180-pound junior quarterback, in there behind center. Running back straight to his left, it's Blancas. Gets to Harry, trying to go off the left side, crosses the line of scrimmage, pushes up to about the 26, where he's met by a swarm of defenders and dropped for a gain of a half a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 on the 26-yard line. They tried to stretch the offense out there early, couldn't get it going. So 2nd and 9 from their own 26. 4 receivers, 2 out to each side for Casteel. Christensen gets the snap, looks for a quick throw. He'll throw it far side. Pass is dropped on that far side. It's Newcomb. And it's going to be incomplete. Third down now. 11:21 remaining in the first quarter. An nice easy throw to open up this game for Casteel, but Newcomb just watched it hit his chest and then hit the turf. So it's third down now. This Casteel offense averages 39 points a game. Williams Field on the season has allowed just over 21 points a game. Another 4 receivers set for Casteel. Running back Blancas motions out of the backfield. It's going to be a swing pass out to him. Cross the 25, cross the 30, cross the 40, down the near side, pushed out across the 45 to about the 49-yard line, just inside midfield. Ben Blancas, the leading rusher for the Casteel Colts, gets a bit of a swing pass there and carries it up the near side. Pushed down at the 49-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 23 and a first down for Casteel. So first down and 10 from the 49. Christensen takes the snap, hands it off to Blancas again. This time met in the backfield and dropped for a loss as a flag out at the end of the play. On the tackle, it was Sam Hancock, the senior linebacker, in there in the backfield to make the tackle, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see what it is. Refs are having discussion what to call there. Might have been on the tackle after the play. Personal foul on the offense, and that's going to push the Colts back 15 yards. So it's going to be second down and I'll say 27 on a loss of 2. And then the 15-yard penalty. They're going to mark the ball at the 33-yard line. First down marker set, so about 26 yards is the first down marker at the 41 of Williams Field. So second down and 26 for the Casteel offense. Blancas lined up behind Christensen. Quarterback will take the snap. Nope, it's a different running back in the game. Takes it off the far side. Dragged down on the near side. That is A.J. Murphy, the 5'10 sophomore, been this number 2 back for the Casteel offense, who can't get around the corner. It's going to be third down and very long from the 35-yard line. So this Casteel offense is going to have to go 25 yards to get the first down. So third and 25 from the Casteel 35-yard line. 10:03 remaining in this first quarter between the Casteel Colts and the Williams Field Blackhawks. 3 receivers split out to the near side. A.J. Murphy in the backfield with Christensen. Quarterback takes the snap, looks over the middle, pressured, flushed up the middle, is going to go back to his left. Still looking to throw down the field, throws it out. It's incomplete. Was looking for Murphy out of the backfield, but the throw was a little bit wide, and the Casteel Colts are going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, and that personal foul penalty is what's going to ultimately kind of kill this drive. It pushed them back 15 yards, and then they just had to go second and a mile, third and a mile, and they couldn't quite draw up the right play. So they're just going to punt it away here on fourth and very long.
Isaiah Newcomb back to punt for Casteel. Two returners back for Williams Field. Miles Taylor, one of the leading receivers, is one. And the other is Cal Bergquist. Two back to receive as Newcomb sends it away. It'll be Bergquist who watches it bounce, dodges one defender, tries to return up the near side, cross the 40, pushed out just before the 45-yard line. Looks like he's going to be marked at just inside that 45-yard, actually pushed out right at the 40-yard line. That's where Williams Field will take over. So Williams Field, this offense averaging over 41 points a game, 41 and a half. Led by their quarterback, Mason Buck. Completing 57% of his passes for just under 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. An offense that puts a big emphasis on running the football. Back to pass is Berg. He throws it on first down. Pass is caught out on the far side at just inside the 50-yard line. That's Cal Bergquist, the guy who fielded that punt there on that last sequence, catches the first ball of the game for Williams Field and is dropped just inside of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's going to be second and 1 from the 49.
Yeah, Berquist's the second leading receiver on this team. That's his 15th catch, and already just getting involved early. An easy throw underneath to pick up a few yards and push it closer to the first down to gain.
Bug in the shotgun, running back flank to his right, 4 receivers out wide. He's back to pass, will throw it out on the near side. Pass is caught across the 45-yard line. It'll be a first down for Williams Field. Miles Taylor, the team's leading receiver, his 20th catch. Moves the sticks for Williams Field. Coming into today, Taylor, 19 receptions, 460 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he adds to it right there with a gainer on third down, a gain of 9 yards, and it moves the sticks. So first down and 10 from the Casteel 42-yard line. Bugs under center, I formation for the Blackhawks. They hand it off up the middle, squeaking free up the middle, into the clear, wrapped up and dropped across the 15. It's a penalty flag out as the ball's going to be marked down inside the 15-yard line. On the carry, it was Peyton Bemer on the carry. Yeah, Peyton Benner on the carry. A big gainer there on first down. A gain of just under 30 yards, about 28. And a personal foul is going to get called on the Colts. Will move this half the distance to the goal and a first down inside the 5-yard line. Well, that's a big running lane we saw for Peyton Benner, right up the middle. Benner entered today just 5 carries. Has scored a touchdown this season. He's in the backfield again, though, for for Williams Field in the I formation. He'll turn around, hand it to him again. Tries to get the outside, around the edge, and into the end zone for a touchdown. Peyton Benner's second touchdown of the year made it look easy on that drive. On a pair of carries, gets 42 yards and gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
That was a perfectly set up run play. I mean, he just followed his block out off tackle. I mean, a whole lot of space out on the right side of the field and walked into the end zone.
So early 6-0 lead for Williams Field. In to kick for the Blackhawks is Pablo Gonzalez. Sends this one away, and the extra point is straight through the uprights. Make it a 7-0 contest here in Queen Creek. 7-0 visiting Williams Field Blackhawks. 8:08 remaining in this first quarter. TJ Mathewson and Lyle Goldstein here with you from Casteel High School. We saw the Casteel offense come onto the field and not do much on their first drive, and then on the other side, Williams Field looked really good on their first drive, and a touchdown punched in by Peyton Benner made it look easy on a couple of runs.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that big run up the middle is what set up that red zone push to the end zone, really. I mean, Benner, a guy who hasn't gotten a whole lot of touches this year, had a free hole right up the middle. He pushed right through it, and then just an easy sweep out to the right side to complete that touchdown. So far for this Williams Field offense, they've ran the ball with some really good force, and they've had really no trouble pounding it on the ground. And we'll see how Casteel responds. Again, this is a team that put up 60 points last week. They kind of got hamstringed by a penalty on their first drive. So we'll see how Christensen and the rest of the offense respond here.
Haven't lost in over a month. So Williams Field will send this one away. Up 7-0 here in the first quarter. Punted away back to Isaiah Newcomb. Back, caught at the 4-yard line. Returns it across the 20. Trying to find a crease. Across the 25. Wrapped up and dropped at the 27. On special teams, William Field in there to get the stop. So on that tackle, it was Alan Toohey, Jr. They're on the tackle for Williams Field, and that's where Casteel will take over. Trailing 7-0 here in the first quarter. Ball's at their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 28. 3 receivers split out to the far side. 1 to the near for the Colts. Dane Christensen in the pistol takes the snap. He's back to pass. He looks to throw out left. He's got a receiver out there wide. Across the 30-yard line. Across the 35. Pushed out at the 40-yard line. A gain of 12 yards on first down. A nice easy throw and a tackle broken for this Casteel offense. There on first down, it was Dominic Diggin on that gain of 12. And it's going to be first down and 10 now from the 40. Four receivers out this time. Running back flanks Christensen in the backfield. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off. Trying to get the edges. Blancas near side, gets to the line of scrimmage. Actually not even. He gets wrapped up a yard behind the line of scrimmage. A loss, so one for Casteel on first down. So it's going to be second down.
Well, what's worked best for this Casteel offense so far is getting some of their playmakers out in space. On that first drive, they got Blancas out in space on a swing pass. He picked up about 20 yards. And then on that first play, they get Dejan out in space to pick up a first down. So these short little swing passes have worked well so far for him. Yet to see him take a real shot down the field.
Second down and 11 from the Casteel 39-yard line. Blancas in motion on the snap. He gets the swing pass on the side, wrapped up again behind the line of scrimmage, and again dropped for a loss. The Williams Field defense has been in the backfield tonight. We've seen a few plays that they've blown up in the backfield and have caused a loss for Casteel. It's now going to be 3rd and 11. Again, that one looked like a loss of at least a couple feet. So this Casteel offense, perhaps they go back out to their wide receivers again. The biggest gain of the game came on that pass to Digian on first down, first play of this drop. Four receivers split out wide for Casteel. Christensen with the running back to his left. Gets the snap, back to pass again. Throws it out short. He's got Blancas. Cross the line of scrimmage. Cross 45-yard line and pushed down at the 48. He gains 6 yards. Actually, it's going to, just about 6 yards there on third down. Well short of the sticks from their own 45-yard line. Casteel's going to be forced to punt. So a couple of plays, little short passes to the running back, Blancas. Try to utilize him early. It hasn't worked that much, and that's going to force Casteel to punt again. Isaiah Newcomb again back to punt for the Colts. So he'll send this one away. Sends this one away. Bounces at the 20-yard line. A friendly Casteel bounce rolls inside the 10. It's going to be dropped at the 7-yard line of Williams Field, and that's where the Blackhawks will take over. Newcomb, an excellent punt there. Pins Williams Field deep in their own territory inside the 10. And that's where this offense will go back out. Really emphasize Peyton Benner this last time out, as Benner had a run of about 30 yards and then punched one in from 3 yards out to give Williams Field a 7-0 lead here in Queen Creek. 5:14 remaining in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 for Williams Field. They'll line up in the I formation. Bug hands it off up the middle to the fullback, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and dropped for no gain. Looks like he might have got half a yard, but that's about it. That play was blown up for the start. That defense right in the middle. It's going to make it 2nd down. Actually, scoreboard gives him 2 yards on that. 2nd down and 8. 4:47 and counting remaining in this first quarter. 7-0 Williams Field as they line up for a 2nd down and 8 from their own 9-yard line. Again, a heavy formation. The I formation, the Bug under center. Takes the snap, hands it off right up the middle, blown up in the backfield and drops. Defender back there, it was Mason Ross, the senior, who blew that play up from the start. It's going to be 3rd down. Ross saw that play from the start and just dove right between the offensive linemen, blew that play up in the backfield, making it a loss of 4, 3rd down and 12. Ball sent up at the 6-yard line of Williams Field. 3rd and 12, under 4 to go in this first quarter. Crowd getting loud here at Casteel High School. Bug takes the snap, looking to pass, scoots up, he's going to scramble, cross the 15, cross the 20, hit at the 20-yard line. It's going to be enough as he's dropped at the 22. 1st down, Williams Field. Mason Bug on the scramble on 3rd down picks up 14 and a Blackhawks 1st down.
That's a nice play by Mason Bug. Gave a couple different looks, couldn't find any of his open receivers, so he just calls his own number, does it himself with the legs to pick up that 1st down. And a real sign of life there from the from the offense of Williams Field, who was pinned back deep in their own territory. Now they're starting to work their way out.
So a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line of Williams Field. Bug back in the shotgun formation, hands this one up off the middle. Benner again gets the handoff, but he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, might have gained a yard. He's met there by a swarm of Casteel defenders. It's 2nd down and 9, 2:57 remaining in the first quarter. So it's been that 3rd down scramble could provide huge on this drive for Williams Field. It's high-scoring offense, averages over 40 a game. Another heavy formation, I formation, 2 receivers split out wide. Bug under center, takes it, hands it off straight up the middle. The fullback plunges forward, gains 2 yards. On that 2nd down handoff, it's going to be 3rd and 7. Carson Spear, the running back there, lined up as a fullback. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Actually, they're going to mark it as 3rd down and 8. So 3rd and 8 from the Williams Field 24-yard line. Blackhawks look to convert again here on 3rd down in this drive. They're already 1 for 1. 4 receivers split out wide. Bug in the shotgun. Benner right next to him. He's back to pass his Bug. He throws it wide over the middle, nearly picked off in the backfield. As that pass was thrown incomplete to the far side, was nearly picked off by a Casteel defender on that side. Looked like it was Phil Hauer out there, the defensive back for Casteel, the senior, 5'10". And that'll force Williams Field to punt for the first time today. 1:51 remaining in this 2nd quarter. Grady Burns back to receive, the senior wideout for Casteel. Punts away as Casteel nearly gets to that one. Burns waves it off. It's not a good punt. Lands inside midfield, squeaks across the midfield marker. Is going to be marked at the 46-yard line of Casteel, and that's where the Colts will take over. With friendly field position, their offense needing a spark here after a couple of drives that have stalled out in their own territory. So Christensen will get the offense back out there. Perhaps the time to get Grady Burns involved. Their leading receiver, 25 catches, 314 yards, 6 touchdowns this season. Have yet to call his name tonight. He's lined up the nearest to us as a part of a 3-receiver set on the near side. 4 wide receivers total. Christensen will go the other way. Tries to get it to Newcomb early on a curl route and passes incomplete. Clangs off the hands of Newcomb. It's going to be 2nd down. Another quick pass from Christensen. He's targeted Newcomb a couple times here early, is yet to really connect. So 2nd and 10 from the 46 of Casteel. Colts line up with 4 wide receivers again, and A.J. Murphy, the running back, in the backfield. Christensen in the pistol, takes the snap, hands it off to Murphy, trying to get the edge around the near side, cross the line of scrimmage, wrapped up at the 49 and dropped. A gain of 3 on 2nd down will make it 3rd and 7. Clock ticking, 1:19 remaining in this first quarter. The Steel's going to have to convert on this 3rd and long. 3rd and 7 from the 49-yard line as a Blackhawk jumps off sides. See who they call it on. It's going to be Dalton Brown, the junior 6'4" defensive lineman who jumped there early. It's going to make this a much more favorable 3rd down for Casteel. It's now 3rd down and 1 from the 45-yard line of Williams Field as they move into Williams Field territory. The lineup in the I formation, Blancas, the tailback, lined up behind Murphy, who's the fullback. He'll get the handoff, blown up in the backfield. No, he gets away. Gets around the far side. He's got a long green grass. Crossed the 40, crossed the 35, wrapped up, and dropped at the 30-yard line. It looked like that play was going to get destroyed in the backfield. It was Sam Hancock in the backfield. He blew up A.J. Murphy, who lined up as the fullback, knocked Blancas back, but Ben Blancas just reversed field, got all the way around the edge, and gained 14 yards on that run and a fresh set of downs for the Colts.
Again, how about turning something out of nothing? Again, he escaped out of that arm tackle, reversed the field, and picked up a big chunk of yardage.
First down now, handoff will go to Blancas. Again, tries to get around the near side, cross the 30, cross the 25, smacked out of bounds at the 30, the 23-yard line. Blancas a run of 8 on first down to make it second and manageable from the 23. And a couple of carries in a row for Blancas on this possession. And he's broken free both times. Murphy in the backfield now. 4 receivers split out wide for Casteel. Christensen in the shotgun with Murphy to his right. Hands it off to Murphy, cuts it, has a hole, but met about a yard past the line of scrimmage and dropped at the 22-yard line, if that. It might have been no gain there. So it's going to be third down and either 2 or 3 from the 23-yard line of Williams Field as the clock ticks down, and that will run out the quarter here at Casteel High School. 7-0 Williams Field. So Lyle, in this first quarter, we saw mostly the offense for Williams Field control it, convert a couple of third downs, hold the ball for most of this half, and we finally see this Casteel offense converting a couple of third downs, moving the sticks, and looking prime scoring position here, barring the third down.
Yeah, and this has been their best drive so far. And again, getting Blancas involved in the run game, a couple of those swing passes again, but that big rip-off of a run on third down by Blancas has really kind of set the tone, at least to start the second quarter, as it's pushed Casteel all the way into the territory of Williams Field. And as a result of that, they're going to get the ball inside the red zone as these guys flip the field to start the second quarter. But for Casteel, again, they had that tough drive on their first go of it. It got pushed back after the 15-yard personal foul. Here, it's been a pretty sharp drive so far. Both teams getting ready to take the field. It'll be just outside the red zone. Ball will be spotted at about the 23 of Williams Field as we start the second quarter. Casteel will be moving right to left now. Christensen and the rest of the crew back on offense as some fireworks go off in the distance. 7-0 the score here from Casteel High School. A fresh 12 minutes put on the game clock. 3 receivers set, 2 to the near side, 1 lined up to the far side as DeJean has just checked into the game. Man in motion. Direct snap right to Blancas. He's going to take it out right off tackle. Now tries to cut back left. Gets a couple yards, and he's going to be brought down by a blockade of Williams Field defenders. So that was the 3rd and 1 opportunity. It pushed the sticks just enough. He picked up about 3, and that'll be a Casteel first down.
Blancas hasn't been an easy guy to take down on this drive. He's broken at least a tackle on every single touch he's had on this possession, and the Williams Field defender puts his hands on, and they seem to just slip off. And now I see Blancas check out and get a breather there on the sideline. He's earned it.
So Blancas entered today's contest 399 rushing yards. Had a pretty successful day so far as Christensen gets the snap out of the shotgun. Handoff Murphy left side, tries to cut back out right, but he's met quickly and dropped in the backfield. It's a quick sack by Williams Field, and that was loss of a couple. It'll bring up a second down and long. That was Garrett Lynn, the defensive end, on the tackle for Williams Field. 11:04 to go and running. Ball spotted at about the 19-yard line of Williams Field. Again, Casteel's ran the ball very efficiently on this drive. They haven't taken a whole lot of downfield shots. Shotgun snap for Christensen, 4 receiver set, looks right, now throws back left underneath to, that's Newcomb, and he gets dropped right at the point of the catch. He'll pick up a couple of yards. This will bring up a 3rd down and long.
And there's been a few plays where this Casteel offense has really broken through, but a good majority of these plays have been met right at the line of scrimmage by these Williams Field defenders. We haven't seen a whole lot of downfield shots for the Casteel offense, a lot of stuff at or behind the line of scrimmage, and Williams Field, for the most part, has been well over it. And now here on a big 3rd down, we'll see if Casteel can get this ball down the field and convert.
7-0 the score here, 10:13 to go. It'll be 3rd down and 8 to be exact. It's trips to the right, 1 receiver to the near side. That's Newcomb. Shotgun snap for Christensen. Looking that way, throws underneath. That's Blancas in the flat. He picks up the first down, or rather, he's going to be just short. He's going to be about 3 yards short, rather. He'll get taken down at about the 15-yard line out of bounds. Now this will bring up a 4th down and about 3. We'll see what they opt to go with here. It looks like they're keeping their offense on the field to try to push forward and pick up this 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 5 to be exact. The offense still on the field. Doesn't look like they're going to settle for a field goal. Williams Field up 7 on the road here in the second quarter, 7-0. Both these teams put up 60 points of offense last week. For Casteel, they put up 60 on Kellis, giving up just 6 points. Trips to the left, 1 to the right on 4th down and 5. Christensen looking left, fires near side, and it's caught by Newcomb. Hauled in just beyond the point of the catch, and it's going to be a 1st down. So a short pass out left to Isaiah Newcomb, about 7 yards downfield. He hauls it in, and it pushes the chains for a Casteel 1st down.
And just nice and easy from what we've seen from this offense so far today. Just a lot of quick and easy routes, and Christensen's been pretty accurate. A couple of ill-advised throws and a couple of drops by receivers as well, but that one able to convert that 3rd down.
So they spread the field here with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. It'll open up some holes in the run game if need be. It's a shotgun snap. Christensen throws left. It's tipped and now caught by Blancas, who pushes across the 5 toward the end zone. And he's going to be about a yard short. Now there's a flag down on the field. What a weird sequence of events right there. As that ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage, fell right into the lap of Blancas, who reacted quickly, pushed it all the way to about the half-yard line. But we'll see what they rule on the penalty.
That's a break for Casteel. That ball could have ended up in any of the 11 defenders for Williams Field. Instead, it falls into the arms of their best player on this drive, in Ben Blancas, who manages to get it just before the goal line. Wow, targeting.
Well, so it's going to be a targeting call. The ball was already at about the half-yard line as Newcomb runs off the field, so that'll push the ball about an inch closer to the goal line. That's going to be 1st down and goal. Casteel needs about a millimeter. 7-0 Williams Field to score. There's 8:38 and running to go in the second quarter. I formation, stacked in the box. Christensen pushes it up the gut himself. Does he get there? Yes, sir. Touchdown, Casteel. Dane Christensen punches it in himself from 1 yard out, and barring the extra point, we got a tie game here from Casteel High School.
And for what we've seen so far, it's been, if these offenses can convert on 3rd down and extend these drives, not a whole lot of explosive plays, a lot of easy, slow developing drives down the field have been scoring these touchdowns. And as we saw from this Casteel drive, and this could be going all game.
Murphy's extra point is up, and it's perfect. 7-7 the score here in the second quarter. Casteel's on the board. They tie things up in their home stadium. Capped off by that 1-yard run from Dane Christensen on the QB keeper. So 7-7 with 8:32 to go. Casteel crowd getting into it as their first sign of life of offense was just displayed on that last drive. And again, TJ, we talked about it. Not a whole lot of deep shots downfield, just some short passes, establishing the run, and finding ways to pick up more yardage. They haven't been going for it all, but they haven't had to.
Yeah, and, well, yeah, it's just all about converting those 3rd downs. And then the little short throws, whether it be to Newcomb. We haven't, like I said, keep waiting for Grady Burns to get in, the leading receiver for Casteel. Hasn't been today. It's been the same way on the other side for Williams Field. Outside of the 30-plus yard run from Peyton Benner, it's been a lot of really short plays working their way down the field to get into the end zone.
So Casteel set to kick off. Again, Grady Burns not heavily used so far in this first half. 2 guys who haven't been used heavily for Williams Field thus far, they're 2 bell cow running backs, Caden Cloud and Kendricks Lurie. Both of them not getting a whole lot of carries so far as A.J. Murphy kicks off from right to left. It'll be fielded by Williams Field at the 5-yard line on the near side. He cuts it back toward the middle on the right hashes. He's going to be brought down at about the 20-yard line by Casteel. Some good kick coverage, and that'll set up the Williams Field offense at their own 20-yard line. So out comes Mason Bugg in the Blackhawks offense here. 7-7 the score here from Casteel High School. Again, 2 teams that put up 60 points last week each. But so far just 14 combined through just under a quarter and a half. So Bugg and the rest of the offense walking their way onto the field. Casteel's going to put 4 guys up on the defensive line. Setting up their 4-3 defense. Williams Field will be moving left to right across your radio dial. Snap under center for Bug, drops back, fires near side. It's caught at the 35 and now pushed out of bounds very quickly by a Casteel defender. That's more than enough to pick up that first down for Williams Field. It was Josh Gale on the catch. And a nice about 15-yard out route to push the sticks, and it'll be spotted at the 37-yard line of Williams Field.
Maybe the longest throw we've seen from either side today. That one, just a nice easy pitch and catch, is Gale able to secure that one in and keep both feet in.
So just a nice out route there. It's now first down and 10. 7-7 the score with 7:54 to go. Snap under center, give off to the fullback. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe a yard. It's Mason Wolf on the carry, but the Casteel defense sniffed it out perfectly. A tackle made by Wyatt Reedhead, who had 9 tackles last week. Gets in on the play right there. It'll bring up second down and 10. The officials mark no gain. So to recap, Casteel touchdown punched in on 1 yard on a QB keeper by Dane Christensen, knotted things up at 7. Meanwhile, for Williams Field, they ran the ball a lot on that first drive as Bug gets the snap, drops back to pass, fires near side, caught at the 50, off the numbers by, once again, Josh Gale. He's pushed out of bounds just over the 50-yard line, and that'll be another first down for Williams Field.
And if you're a quarterback, how can you not like Josh Gale? 6'4", 215 pounds out there at wide receiver. For just a regular high school defensive back, that is a tall task to handle. We've seen it on a couple of nice throws here on this drive from Mason Bug, hitting him right in the chest, and there's not much these DBs can do about it.
Yeah, so far he's ran that same right route twice on these last 2 catches he's hauled in. Those simple little out routes, about 10 yards, maybe a little bit more to pick up the yardage and move the chains. So now it's first down and 10, 6:35 to go as it's tied at 7-7. Bug throws down the far side deep, caught by a receiver. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, and he's thrown down to the ground at the last second. It's Miles Taylor, the leading receiver, who gets out in space, just burns his receiver off the ball, and he puts it all the way down to the 5-yard line.
There's the explosive plays we've seen. We've been waiting, haven't seen Miles Taylor much today. Finally gets that catch, burns the DBs right up the seam, gets behind the defense and just short of making it to the goal line. He's got about 5 yards to go. And there's that explosiveness. So again, Williams Field has relied heavily on the run so far to this point in the ball game, but a 40-plus yard strike into their hands of the best receiver, Miles Taylor, has set him up 5 yards from the end zone. 7-7 here with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Under center snap for Mason Buggs, gives off left side, and running back's got a whole lot of room, piles into the end zone. It's Cloud for a Williams Field touchdown. Caden Cloud punches in for his first score of the night, and it's 13-7 Williams Field here from Casteel. So a nice run play, just off tackle, a sweep route to get Cloud out in space. He does just that, cuts back inside, dances into the end zone, and puts Williams Field up 6 points. Yeah, and at the beginning of this drive, right as we're saying, these teams being very methodical with their drives, a couple of explosive plays for Williams Field. Pays off with the touchdown.
Extra point goes up, and it's good. 7-point lead back in the hands of Williams Field. It's 14-7 with 5:54 to go in the second quarter. So, TJ, it was almost like this Williams Field offense had been kind of bottling up their receivers a little bit. They had run a whole lot. They had gotten Peyton Benner involved a whole lot, especially in that first quarter. But they finally air one out down the far sideline on the numbers to their best receiver, Miles Taylor. He hauls it in, and that sets up the touchdown run for Cloud.
Yeah, and we saw both types of receivers featured on this drive. We had the big, tall stature of Josh Gale, a 6'4" senior out on the edges, just moving the sticks. And then we saw the explosive plays from Miles Taylor as he just burns the defenders right up the seam. And these explosive plays from this Williams Field offense has been the reason they're ahead here tonight.
So they have a 7-point lead on the road. Casteel get the ball back on offense as the special teams unit for Williams Field's out on the field waiting. Now the Casteel special teams unit jogs their way out. So Peyton Benner got involved for Williams Field early. He punched in the first score of the game back in the first quarter. And Casteel responded with a Dane Christensen 1-yard QB keeper for the touchdown. And the deciding score right now, 5-yard touchdown run from Caden Cloud after a nice 40-plus yard catch from Miles Taylor. Williams Field will kick off from left to right. Sweeps the leg, kick is away. It'll bounce at about the 5-yard line and trickle into the end zone. It'll be a Casteel touchback, so they'll set up at about their own 25-yard line. Or rather, they'll set up at their own 20. So 1st and 10. They'll be moving right to left once the offense takes the field. This Casteel offense took a little while to get going in the first quarter. Now they've started to find their rhythm a little bit. We'll see what they have in store here, and we'll see what head coach Bobby Newcomb draws up. Colts 4-1 on the season, lost that opening night contest to Centennial by 7. Since then, they've rattled off 4 straight wins, looking to make it a 5th here at home tonight. It'll be a 4-receiver set, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Running back Blancas in the backfield to the left to Christensen. Takes the shotgun snap, looks down the left side, throws in the flat. That'll be Knutson underneath, who pushes across the 30-yard line down the near side. And he's brought down at about the 31 to pick up 9, maybe 10. That's going to move the chains for a Colts first down.
The first time we've seen Knutson tonight. Has just another simple little out route that we've seen from this Casteel offense. And again, it picks up about 9 yards, what we've seen as well.
Colts trail by 7. It's 14-7 with 5:31 to go. Handoff Blancas, dances out right, looking to get around the edge. Can't do so. He's brought in the backfield for a loss of about 4. A couple of Williams Field defenders flood into the backfield right there. They drop Blancas for a loss. That's going to be 2nd down, and they mark it just 2nd and 11. Clock running, however. Just over 5 minutes to go. And now with a 2nd and long, we'll see how the offensive unit responds and what they open up in the playbook. They're at their own 30-yard line. They're looking to get back on the board and tie this game up before the end of the half. 2 receivers to each side. They signal Knutson in motion left to right. Now it's trips to the right, 1 to the left. That's Newcomb in one-on-one coverage on the near side. Christensen in the shotgun surveys the field as he takes the snap. Looks over the middle. He's going to fire deep down the right side. Got a man in space, and he overthrows Grady Burns. Grady Burns had beat his man off the ball, had a whole lot of room down the near sideline, but just a little too much mustard on it from Dane Christensen. It'll bring up 3rd and 11.
And it was almost there for Christensen. If he hits Burns in stride, he only has to beat the safety over the top to get that into the end zone. Instead, he overthrows Burns by a couple hand lengths there. And, there's the explosive play we haven't seen from this Casteel offense so far. Christensen just a little off on that throw.
It's the first time they've taken a deep shot all day. It was a nicely wound spiral from the right arm of Christensen, but just a little too much as he aired it out over the head of Grady Burns. Now it brings up 3rd and 11. 4:36 to go in the first half. Same formation with 4 receivers set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Running back lined up to the left of Christensen. Takes the shotgun snap. Looks over the middle. Now he's going to roll out left, still looking for somebody downfield. He's now going to opt to run and take it himself across the 40. Runs out of bounds at about the 41, and it's going to be just enough for a Casteel first down. So Dane Christensen calls his own number. Didn't see anybody open downfield, so he tucks and runs himself, and it's just enough to move the sticks.
And especially a good job by him to just scoot out of bounds. Sam Hancock, the linebacker, would have delivered the hit on him if he didn't get out of bounds right at that moment. Could have been dangerous, but Christensen does just get enough for that first down.
So the drive keeps going for Casteel. Shotgun snap. They give to Blancas. No, it's an RPO as he runs out right. Hits a man out over the right side on a screen pass. It looks like it might have been Grady Burns, who gets about 8 yards. Or rather, that's Dominic DeJean, number 10. He gets about 8 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and short. DeJean, the 6-foot senior, hauls in a pass. It was what was an RPO from Dane Christensen. He stuck the ball in the gut of the running back Blancas, pulled it out, rolled right, and just completed the little swing pass as it brings up 2nd down and 2. 3:43 to go in the first half. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Christensen waiting the snap. He gets it. Looking left down the field. He fires that way over the middle. Hauled in by Isaiah Newcomb as he brings down the football just over the 40-yard line. That's going to be a Colts first down as Dane Christensen makes really his first tough throw of the night, throwing into a tight window into coverage. But Isaiah Newcomb high points that football, brings it down, and picks up another Colts first down.
Yeah, and on that throw, he had to adjust. He drops the elbow down, sidearms that one to Newcomb to just fit it in there. Had a defender in his face, able to get the ball around the defender into the hands of Newcomb and move the chains.
Now the ball spotted at the Williams Field 40. Two to the right, two to the left with the receivers. Quick throw out left to Isaiah Newcomb on the far sideline. He's going to be brought down across the 35. Marked at about the 33-yard line for a gain of about 6 or 7. So now Casteel's going back to the short passes a little bit more. It's still working for him as they still continue to push the ball and milk down this clock as there's under 3 to go in the first half. But after that tough first drive where they got pushed back in the first quarter off the personal foul, since then, the offense has been moving like nobody's business. They send a man in motion left to right. That's Knutson. Give to Blancas up the middle. He's got a hole across the 30, 25. Still breaking tackles. And now he's free to run on the far sideline. Across the 15, 10, and he's brought down at the 9-yard line. So Ben Blancas finds himself in open space again, breaks a couple tackles, and pins it inside the red zone with the clock continuing to wind down.
He's been so slippery here tonight. These Williams Field defenders are just really struggling to bring him down. At least 3 missed tackles on that run right there. Blancas makes him pay, puts it inside the 10.
Now it's first and goal. Hand off Blancas up the middle, cuts a bit back out right. He's across the 5 and taken down at the 4-yard line. So with just over 2 minutes to go, 2:08 to be exact, it'll be second down and goal from the 4-yard line with Casteel trailing by a score of 14-7. And with that, there's going to be a timeout, the first one of the half, as Casteel's going to go over some things on offense and drop what they believe to be the right play to try to punch this thing in with over 2 to go. It's funny, though, TJ, they took that one shot to Grady Burns. It wasn't successful, but it seems like it's opened up the playbook even more so. I mean, there's been more holes to run. The short passes are still really working well, and ultimately, Casteel's had no problem marching down the field here.
Yeah, well, just the threat of having that option available opens up the defense a little bit, scoots the defenders back just a little bit, allows a little bit more underneath is where it's, and that's where Casteel has thrived here today. It's opened up a couple of running lanes as well. So Blancas, I mean, at this point, it doesn't really need running lanes. He'll just run through the defenders to get there. He's almost got it on that touch right there, but we're going to see what the plan is right here. Maybe get Blancas on the edge, get him in space, and let him work his magic, get into the end zone.
So the timeout adjourned. Both sides run back on the field. Williams Field defense back on the field as the Casteel offense walks back out to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. 2 receivers lined up to the near side, 2 to the far side with Blancas dotting the I. Shotgun snap. It's on the ground. Blancas can't hold on, and Williams Field dives on it. It's a turnover on downs. Casteel fumbles the ball inside the 5-yard line, and it's going to be a Blackhawks first down.
Well, it was the right idea. It looked like a handoff that was going to Blancas. Christensen a little indecisive on whether or not to keep it in the belly of Blancas or pull it back himself, maybe throw or run it himself. And that indecisiveness put the ball on the turf and gave the ball right back to the Blackhawks. That's critical here as almost near in halftime, just over 2 minutes left, a chance to tie this game up. Instead, a chance for Williams Field to get on the scoreboard again before the half.
Well, they've got a long way to go. 2:03 to go in the first half. They're set up at the 3-yard line in their own territory. Handoff up the middle. It's Peyton Benner. He's got a lot of room. Cuts back out left side across the 20, 25, 30. Across the 40-yard line where he's finally tripped up and brought down on the far sideline. Peyton Benner with a 42-yard run is tackled at the 45 of Williams Field. And boy, does that change things here with the first half winding down.
The second really big run. I mean, if he has a run right there, maybe 1 or 2 yards, you see Williams Field maybe slow it down and run out the clock to this half, but instead, nearly 40-yard gain there on first down, rips it off and makes this a real scoring chance for Williams Field.
The shotgun snap to Bug. They give off left side. They got a lot of room down the left sideline where he's pushed out of bounds at about what looks to be, it's going to be brought back a little bit more. It'll be spotted at about the 48-yard line of Casteel. And it looked like that was LaShawn Hunter on the carry, 5'9" sophomore running back for Williams Field. So it'll bring up second down and 3, 1:29 to go in this second quarter. Williams Field leads 14-7. Well, they got a chance to make it a 2-score lead going into halftime. That Peyton Benner 42-yard run really sets things up well for Bug in the offense. 2 receivers to the right, none to the left as Bug gets the shotgun snap, rolls out right, still looking down the field. He's going to air one out down the right side. He's got a man in space, hauled in by Taylor into the end zone. Touchdown, Williams Field. A 45-yard strike rolling out right from Mason Bug, and it's 20-7 Blackhawks. Miles Taylor leaked out down the field. Somebody didn't cover him down the the near sideline, and as a result, he hauls in the catch, dives into the end zone, more topples into the end zone to make it a 2-possession game.
And that's what you can't allow to happen if you're the Casteel defense. You have them backed up all the way inside the 5-yard line and allow 2 explosive plays of over 40 yards. In the same drive, can't have that happen, especially as time winds down in the half. It puts Williams Field on the scoreboard.
Extra point goes up, and it's good. So a 14-point lead into the hands of Williams Field. It's 21-7.
With 1:19 to go in the first half.
And that play just, for most part, the ability to extend the play for Mason Bugg allowed Taylor to kind of creep behind the defense, find himself open, and Bugg just rear backs, finds the arm strength to get it to his leading receiver, and ends up being 6 points for Williams Field.
So the Casteel defense not looking too thrilled after that drive. Reed had the middle linebacker visibly frustrated on the Casteel sideline, but as a result, Colts are down 14 points, 21-7, but now the offense has 1:19 to work with. So maybe Dane Christensen and the offense have something in their back pocket with the half winding down. Williams Field set to kick it away from left to right. Back deep to receive the kick, Isaiah Newcomb, the return man, also a deadly wide receiver on this Casteel offense. So Williams Field getting set to go. It'll be Kelson Walker to kick things away. Raises the right hand, inches toward the football, boots it away. And it drops down at the 10-yard line, rolling toward the far sideline, where it rolls out of bounds at the 8. That's going to set the ball up at the 35 on a kick out of bounds from Williams Field. So Casteel now gets some good offense, or some good field position to start their offensive drive. So the infraction sets up Casteel once again from the 35-yard line. 1:19 to go still, as Christensen and the offense are going to try and march 65 yards in about 79 seconds time. Christensen jogs out from the near sideline. He's going to huddle things over with his offense. Again, this is a Casteel roster that can score at will when need be, as evident from their 60-point outing last weekend against Kellis. Although a much tougher opponent on hand here tonight in Williams Field. They've won their last 3. Casteel once again their last 4. Christensen in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers lined up near side, 2 far side, with a man Blancas out in motion. Takes the shotgun snap, looks left, now right, fires deep down the middle of the field, looking for DeJean, and it's knocked away by Williams Field. Carson Spear on the pass breakup, and a big time defensive stop to make it 2nd and 10 on what looked to be Dominic DeJean with a step on his defender, but a nice play by Spear to knock that thing away at the last second.
Yeah, and a little bit of improv there from the Casteel offense, maybe trying to replicate that Williams Field touchdown near the end of the half just on that last possession. But that time, just really good defense back there on DeJean. He had a step, but that last leap there at the end batted that ball away.
Now 2nd and 10. Christensen gets the snap, looking out left. He fires over the middle of the field underneath to Isaiah Newcomb, who catches, tries to reverse, and he's tackled at the middle of the field at the 48-yard line in Casteel territory, but it's well good enough for a first down. And now the Colts are going to take a timeout to stop the clock and go over another couple things on offense. 1:04 to go in this first half. Things are moving along pretty quickly, but these last 5 minutes, there's been a couple timeouts, a couple scores. It's pushed out a little bit. Regardless, 28 points on the board so far total. 21 from Williams Field, 7 so far from Casteel.
I mean, really the most action we've seen in this game in these last 2 drives, just in terms of explosive plays and action that these teams were really dragging out throughout the first quarter and a half, where it's really picked up here in the last 6 minutes.
So the timeout comes to a close. Casteel walks back onto the field. They've got 1 minute and 4 seconds to go about 52 yards. Colin Gapin, one of their top receivers, still over on the sideline sitting on one of the medical benches, just extending that left leg out, watching from afar. But for Casteel, they've got 2 receivers
on the near side, 2 to the far side of the shotgun formation. Christensen gets the snap. He immediately rolls left. Pressure coming. He gets out of it. Now stops, has a little bit of time. He dances out of bounds, and that's going to be a loss of about 2. So he tried to look downfield and roll out left. There was pressure coming the entire time. He had about a second and a half maybe to look for somebody open. Nobody was there, and he had to just run out of bounds to avoid taking the sack and save some clock. 58 seconds to go now in the first half. Casteel still trailing by a pair of touchdowns as Christensen quickly gets the play call from the sideline and walks back to the huddle. Grady Burns still looking to get involved in this first half. He's going to be the receiver to our farthest point. Out on the far sideline, on the line. Off the line looks to be DeJean on that far side. Now Christensen gets the snap in a trips formation. He's going to scramble out right. Looking down the field, trying to extend the play. Is he going to take it himself? Yes, he uses his legs, picks up about 2 yards, and is going to be pushed out of bounds or runs out of bounds at about the 49-yard line of Williams Field. This will be a 3rd down and long with 50 seconds to go. They're going to mark it at 3rd down and 10. So they get back to the original line of scrimmage, but they're going to be looking to throw the ball downfield here.
Yeah, haven't been many options downfield today, but wouldn't shock me to see Casteel try and take a shot here. If not, just try and pin Williams Field back deep in their own territory and milk this clock out of the half.
So the secondary play of Williams Field has been superb so far tonight. They haven't let a whole lot behind them. Of course, on offense, Williams Field scored that deep touchdown where a receiver did get behind the defense. Shotgun snap for Christensen. He fires out on a swing pass to Blancas. He's got a little bit of space, cuts back inside on the numbers, taken down at the 45-yard line of Williams Field, but it's going to be 4th down and about 3. Clock running with 36 seconds to go. Now it's going to be stopped for a Casteel timeout, and that'll be 4th down and, again, very, very short. So head coach Bobby Newcomb opts to stop the clock. He's going to go over a couple things with his offense. This is that in-between area just about where they might opt to go for it as they are on the Williams Field side of the football field. And again, with under 45 seconds to go, 36 to be exact, isn't a whole lot of time for Williams Field, even if they don't get this 4th down.
Yeah, and also helps it's only about 2 yards to go to get that first down. You give Ben Blancas a chance in space. It's almost guaranteed he's going to go get that yardage. We'll see. Maybe perhaps fool the defense, take a shot towards the end zone, and pull this game to within a score to go into the half.
So as the Casteel crowd has their student section on its feet, hands clapping all around, it'll be 4th down and 2 to be exact. Ben Blancas has had a really, really strong first half. We'll see if they feed it to him here on 4th and short. Trips to the right, 1 to the left, that's Newcomb. 4 defense, basically, for Williams Field. Shotgun snap, Dane Christensen. He immediately rolls right, now stepping up in the pocket. Is he going to run himself? No, he's still looking for an option downfield, throws over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Grady Burns to pick up the first down. So Dane Christensen does a nice job extending the play there. Had to make something out of nothing, he did. And that keeps the drive going for Casteel as he spikes the ball on 1st down and 10 under center. 23 and a half seconds to go here in the first half. Casteel looking to get into the end zone here to cut the lead to a 1-score deficit going into halftime. However, they've still got 40 yards to go. So if they want to really try and get serious about getting into the end zone, they're going to have to take a shot or 2 downfield. Grady Burns with his first catch of the day just a minute ago. We'll see if they opt to try to air one out for him here. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side as Christensen gets the shotgun snap. He fakes to the running back Blancas, now throws it to him in the flat, out on the near sideline. He pushes across the 35-30, gets close to the marker, and he's going to be about a half-yard short. Ball will be marked at the 31-yard line of Williams Field. The key thing there, though, is Blancas gets out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock. It'll be 2nd down and about 1, although there's 15 seconds, or rather 3rd down and 1, as there's 15 seconds to go in this first half. Ball marked at the 30. They can pick up a first down, it'll stop the clock, but even if they do, that's only about 10 seconds. So hypothetically, they could get this first down, spike it, and take 1 shot to the end zone. There'll be trips to the right, 1 to the left. Blancas lined up to Christensen's right hip. Shotgun snap for Christensen, immediately rolling right, now cuts back to the left. He's going to call his own number and take it with the legs. He's across the 20, 15, 10, across the 5, and he's brought down at the 3-yard line with 4.7 seconds to go. How about Dane Christensen uses the legs, gets himself 3 yards from the goal line, and now Casteel's going to have one chance at the end zone from less than 5 yards out. What a play on third down.
Yeah, I don't even know if that was a scripted play, but you roll everyone out to the right, get all the defenders moving right, then Christensen immediately ducks and runs back to his left, just has to make one guy miss to get into the open field, and just misses on getting out to the end zone, and was called. Smart play call. If not, it was great improvisation from Christensen.
Well, Christensen can certainly use the legs. He had over 100 yards rushing so far in their first 5 games entering tonight's play. And he's moved the sticks a couple of times after calling his own number, using the legs a little bit. Really good runner. Christensen, a guy that stands at 6'2", 180 pounds, but again, not afraid to run the football. Casteel using their final timeout here as they go over a couple of things on the near sideline. This will likely be the last play of the half. It's 21-7 Williams Field. Casteel trailing by 14, looking to cut it to 7. Just under 5 seconds to go. So Casteel will likely have one play. Williams Field looking to keep him off the scoreboard as 2 receivers are stacked to the near sideline. 2 to the far side, but they're right to the left of that right tackle, and now Williams Field's going to call a timeout. So they wanted to see how Casteel would line up. They get a look, call timeout, and now they'll go over their defensive scheme. Well, TJ, Casteel does have a lot of options here. I mean, they could run the ball if they please. They could try to throw a little bit of a corner fade. They could try a couple crossing routes. I mean, they got a lot of options.
Yeah, they've had those little out routes working all game today. Of course, everything gets a lot more cramped down there in the end zone. Everyone moves within a 10-yard box and play in that end zone. But, you know, those out routes, they've been working all game. Maybe change up. You mentioned a little slant over the middle. But we'll see. Or perhaps give the ball to Blancas in space and see if he can push his way forward for the few yards that they need to get into the end zone.
So they've had a lot of receivers involved today. Isaiah Newcomb's hauled in a few catches. Grady Burns just starting to get involved. One guy that's still on the sideline, Colin Gapin, although he's on his feet walking up and down the sideline now. That'll be a story to look at in the second half. But out comes Casteel. Williams Field already back on the field for what should be the final play of the first half. 2 receivers stacked to the near side, 2 right to the left of the, or right to the right hip of the right tackle. Shotgun snap for Christensen, looking left for somebody in space, fires near side, and it's caught. Touchdown Casteel, it's Grady Burns. And couldn't have gotten involved at a better time as the half will just about come to a close. 21-13 the score, extra point coming. And Grady Burns cashes in with his 7th touchdown of the season. A.J. Murphy on to attempt the point after, make it a 7-point deficit. Now the officials looking toward the Casteel sideline, just waiting for both sides to get set. Grady Burns, just a simple little out route to the pylon. Christensen hits him perfectly. Williams Field couldn't cover it. Casteel's right back in this ball game. Both sides set. Snap's good. Hold down. The kick's up by A.J. Murphy, and he drills it. 21-14 the score. There will technically be one final kickoff play as there's 0.8 seconds to go in this first half. But this should be the score that stands heading into halftime. Special teams unit will come out. But that is really a sign of life from the Casteel offense heading into halftime, and a lot of momentum they can build on after kind of getting burned on that defensive side of the ball as they let a receiver slip down the field and into space to give Williams Field that big touchdown. They drive down the field with 1:19 to go, and they get a touchdown back of their own. So Murphy and the special teams unit are waiting on the field. They'll be kicking right to left. It'll likely be a short squib kick. They'll want to keep it out of the hands of the return men. LaShawn Hunter back deep to receive the kick. Looks like it's Benner back there as well. It's more likely than not They're going to try to keep it away from them. Only 0.8 seconds to go, so as long as somebody touches this ball, the first half will come to an end. Granted, a house call on a kick return. Murphy lined up, raises the left hand, everybody ready, scoots up to the football, he kicks it short. That'll land at about the 15-yard line. It's picked up and dove on immediately with 0.4 seconds to go by Hunter. So that only burns 0.4 seconds on the kick, and now Williams Field will have one play on offense. We'll see if they opt to knee it. Maybe they'll just run it up the middle. Or who knows, maybe they air it out. But we'll see what they opt to do here with less than a second to go in the first half. With 79 yards to go and only one play, unlikely they take any real type of shot. So Mason Bugg and the offensive unit slowly making their way onto the field after concluding their meeting with their head coach Steve Campbell on the far sideline. Casteel defense looks like they're in a bit of a prevent formation, and makes sense. Williams Field only has one play. They don't want to let anything get behind them. They do have receivers lined up. Trips to the far sideline, two stacked, one just off the ball. As shotgun snap goes to Mason Bugg, clock goes off. This will be the final play. They do air it out, and it's going to be broken up on the far sideline right across the 50-yard line. Casteel breaks it up. They don't let anybody get behind them. That's how the first half comes to a conclusion. 21-14 the score as Williams Field is up on the road, although there is a flag down on the play. Late flag comes in. If this is on Casteel, there will be one untimed down. Oh, and it is on Casteel. It's going to be a personal foul for 15 yards, so now Williams Field's going to get one additional play. So the untimed down coming up. This will push them 15 yards closer. Ball will be spotted at about the 36. And as expected, Casteel in a nice cushiony prevent defense. Bugg in the offense already took one shot a play ago. They'll likely take another after showing what they're opting to do with less than a second to go in this first half. This is now just an untimed down. Casteel crowd gets loud for what should be the final play of the first half, barring another Colts penalty. Benner, the usual running back, lined up as a slot receiver. Three receivers lined up to the left, one to the right. Bugg under center, or rather in the shotgun alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. Little bit of pressure coming as he's going to roll out left, looking to extend the play. He's going to take it himself on the run. He's across the 40 on the far side. Now to the 50, cuts back. He's got some room. He's across the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, and is he going to get there? No, he's just out of bounds at the 5-yard line, and that's how the first half comes to an end. So that brought the crowd to their feet a little bit. A certainly exciting end of the first half, but about 3 yards short of the end zone, and that's going to keep the score at bay. So 21-14 Williams Field after 2 quarters of play, and now both teams will jog back to the locker room. But there, how about that for an interesting finish?
Yeah, you have all your defensive backs pushed back with all the wide receivers running towards the end zone. So Bugg with good speed decides, hey, why not take it myself? Goes to the far side and then cuts it back all the way across the field, stretching the defense out, and then almost gets that edge and gets into the end zone. That would have been a miracle play to end the half, but doesn't take away from the good job that this Williams Field offense has done this game.
So a couple of touchdowns scored in the final 5 minutes of the second quarter. As a result, Williams Field's up 21-14. They were inches away from making it 28-14, but it'll stay a 1-touchdown lead. 21-14 through 2 quarters of play. We'll take a break for halftime. Lyle Goldstein, TJ Mathewson here with you. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday evening on the 360 AZ Sports live stream. We'll take a break here for halftime. Join us again in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half.
Casteel, the 2019 edition of the Casteel Gold Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Saul Garland. Band staff includes Patty Hill Woodland, Jordan Brewer and Shaylee Kohler color guard, Christopher Elias and Jesse Kelly percussion, Ethan Cantor visual. The band's music is arranged by Seth Woodward with visual designs by Thomas Cervenka. Tonight, the band will be performing the 2019 show, The Shadow Effect. Drum majors, Michaela Thomas and Caleb Babcock. Is your band ready? You may now take the field in performance. job, Casteel Marching Band and Color Guard. Let's wish them up the competition tomorrow at Desert Ridge, where they'll be performing at 4 o'clock. Good luck. And now, please welcome to the field your Casteel cheerleaders. Great job, Casteel cheerleaders. And now welcome to the field of varsity palm, where we'll be performing the routine choreographed by Captain Eden Hayes. Let's give a shout out as they get ready to perform. Bring them out. Great job, Casteel Palm Team. Casteel football fans, please bring your attention to the south end zone and our scoreboard, where you'll find our Casteel scoreboard sponsors. Rock Point Church, located due north of Casteel High School. McCurl's Printing and Design, located at www.mcurlsprinting.com. Buddy's Pizza, just a mile and a mouthful away on Santan Boulevard. Dukes of Air, air conditioning and heating, located at dukesofair.com. Big O Tires, located at www.bigotires.com. Truebill Roofing, located at www.truebilltv.com. Barrow's Pizza, located online at www.barrowspizza.com, and American Leasing and Sales, found online at americanleasingandsales.com. Thank you for sponsoring Casteel football.
Sorry. Back on the Sports 360 Arizona live stream from Casteel High School. TJ Mathewson and Lyle Goldstein here in Queen Creek. Casteel Colts and Williams Field Blackhawks. 21-14 Williams Field leads here at the start of the second half. A late touchdown drive by Casteel made it a 21-14 game. Kept this game within a score after then Williams Field just missed scoring on a miracle play to end the first half. A scramble from its quarterback, Mason Buck. But Williams Field will be set to get the second half kickoff. Blackhawks, was John Hunter, one of the deep men back for Williams Field, as well as Tabor Thomas. Casteel set to kick it away with A.J. Murphy. A little just pooch it. Just get fielded by one of the short men at the 30-yard line. Crosses the 35. Knocked out at the 40. And that's where Williams Field will start their second half. The 40, let's see where the refs mark it. Right at the 40-yard line. So 60 yards to the end zone for Williams Field. They've had some explosive plays from this offense, most notably their last touchdown, a broken play touchdown to their leading wideout, Miles Taylor. The junior leads them with 5 touchdowns this season. As Mason Bugg and the offense will cruise back out to the field and line up to start this second half. They'll start it in the I formation. 2 receivers split out to the far side. Bugg back, hands it off, straight up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, and dropped as the ball carrier that time. It's Caden Cloud, the 5'10 sophomore, who was wrapped up and dropped, and that'll make it 2nd down and 8 as the clock ticks here in the second half. 11:40 remaining in a 21-14 game. So conservative play call there on first down. 2nd and 8 from the from the Williams Field 42-yard line. Blackhawks on offense to start this second half, after Casteel opened up the ball game with the football. Again, they line up in the I formation. We saw a lot of this early in the first half as well from this Williams Field offense. It's play action, though, this time in the I formation. Bugg back to pass, fires it long, got a receiver out there, and it's caught across the 15, tumbling down to the 10-yard line. Josh Gale, the 6'4 senior, hauls it in again. A big gainer on 2nd down, puts Casteel at the 11-yard line. Gain of 51.
and he doesn't waste any time to get going in the second half. He was their go-to receiver in the first half. He was getting himself in some space with the out routes. That one he just uses his speed to burn the receiver, and he hauls in a 50-plus yard catch to set up the offense in the red zone early.
Just using his size, had to step on the defender, able to haul that one in a perfectly thrown ball from Mason Bug. It's first down and 10 to go from the 11-yard line. 10:36 to go. As they line up in the eye again, a receiver split out to each side. Again, it's Cloud with the handoff, trying to get daylight up the middle, but he's walled off at the line of scrimmage and dropped. No gain, actually a gain of 1 yard there on second down. It'll make it second down and 9. And now an injury on the field for Williams Field. One of the offensive linemen laying straight down on his back. That is not moving after that first down run. The big explosive play to Josh Gale. Moves the ball 51 yards for Williams Field. It's been the explosive plays that they've been able to use and get closer to the end zone and punch it in. Big reason why they've staked out to a 21-14 lead, just over 10 minutes to play here in the second half, as the Williams Field trainers out to look at the player down on the field right at about the 11-yard line. They'll get up. It looks like they're just going to try and walk off the field with a little bit of assistance. It was Andrew Garcia, the player down on the field. It looks like he's walking off under his own power. That's good to see. Noticeable limp, though. So we'll hope he's okay as he slowly makes his way to the sideline. It's going to be second down and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line for Williams Field. So the Williams Field offense will trot back out, trying to make it a 2-touchdown lead here in Queen Creek. Just wonder who they'll go to down here. Nearly in a goal-to-go situation. First down markers pretty much right at the goal line at the 1. They line up again in the eye, as they have on every play this possession. Bug takes the snap. He's back to pass. He'll throw a fade near side end zone, looking for Taylor. He's got it. Touchdown, Williams Field. What a toe tap in the back corner from Miles Taylor. His second touchdown of the game, his 6th of the season. What a pretty throw and catch. Bug to Taylor. That makes it 27-14, 9:47 to go here in the third quarter. One of the best throws of the game we've seen from Mason Bug. Taylor uses all 6'1" of his frame to go up in the corner and toe tap that one down. Extra point, snap good, place down, kick is up, and the kick is through for Williams Field. Makes it a 28-14 lead with under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
That was seriously some next-level pitch and catch from Bug to Taylor. I mean, Mason Bug put that ball only where Taylor could go get it, dropped it in perfectly in the far corner of the end zone on the near side. And then you see Taylor, their best receiver, like you said, all 6'1" of them, goes all the way up. He high points the football, and like you said, he just drags that one toe in, enough for the touchdown. I mean, that was next level. Perfectly thrown, perfectly grabbed.
So that makes the score 28-14. Williams Field has come in here and doubled up Casteel on their first drive of the second half. They march it right down the field, a drive of 60 yards. As the Blackhawks will send this one away. Newcomb back to receive. Isaiah Newcomb back deep for Casteel. Kick will be sent away. Bounces at the 10, will scoot out of bounds. Another kicking infraction for Williams Field, and that will set up Casteel at the 35-yard line. So the Casteel offense, we haven't seen too much explosiveness from them today. They've managed a pair of long touchdown drives. A lot of short runs, short passes have got the job done for the Colts. Now trailing by 2 touchdowns. We'll see what they decide to do right here. 1st and 10, 9:47 to go from the 35-yard line of Casteel. Colts line up with 4 wide receivers and their quarterback Dane Christensen in the pistol. Blancas lined up right behind him as Christensen, barking a play call out to his receivers and offensive line, takes the snap, hands it off to Blancas, trying to get the edge around the near side. Crosses the 35, tries to stiff arm a defender, pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Blancas unable to break a tackle like we've seen so many times today. Stiff arms his way forward for a game of 3 before he's pushed out of bounds. And it's going to be 2nd and 7. 3 wide receivers this time. Well, now 4. 2 to the near, 2 to the far side for Christensen. Blancas again in the backfield. It's a fake handoff to him as Christensen rolls out to his right. Throws it on the run. Pass is caught on the far side. Brady Burns there on the far sideline past the first down marker. A gain of 8 and a first down for Casteel. Oh, no, never mind. It's going to be an incomplete pass on the far sideline. Not a great angle we had on the completely other side of the field. So instead of a first down, it's going to be 3rd and 7. Again from the 38-yard line of Casteel. Brady Burns, who just caught that ball out of bounds, lines up on the far side away from us. Part of a 3-receiver set. Or 4-receiver set, 3 on the far side. Now receiver Knutson motions across the formation. Now we're going to have a false start as flags fly out. As Knutson was flying across the formation. It's going to push back the Casteel offense 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. So the ball now placed at the 33-yard line of Casteel. 9:08 remaining in this 3rd quarter. 28-14 Williams Field. Visiting Blackhawks have been explosive on offense, and it's shown. So 3rd and 12. 4 receivers split out wide. 1 to the near side, 3 to the far. Christensen in the pistol, Blancas behind him. He's back to pass, looking downfield. Still looking, he's going to tuck it and run. Cross the line of scrimmage, crosses the 40-yard line, dunked down at the 42, 43-yard line, short of the first down marker, picks up about 9, but he's going to come up a yard, about 3 to 4 yards short, so a gain of 8. And it's going to be a punt now for Casteel as they failed to push it into Williams Field territory on this first possession of the second half. They're going to give it right back. Isaiah Newcomb back to punt for Casteel. As he'll send this one away. No one really deep for Williams Field. The ball bounces at the 30, friendly bounce, crosses the 20. It's going to settle down on the near side at the 16-yard line. And that's where we'll see this Williams Field offense come back out there. And we'll see Mason Bug, Miles Taylor back out there again, and where we really saw that connection shine on that last drive.
Yeah, and this Williams Field offense has just been really, really stout all game. And Miles Taylor, a guy with 2 touchdowns already, obviously their #1 receiver. They got him going early in on that first drive of the second half. So we'll see what they have in store. This Casteel defense now needs to prove that they can go get a stop, because the offense picked up some ground as the first half started to wind down. But now this defense really needs a big stop to try to swing some momentum back.
1st down and 10 from the 16. Bugs back to pass. He's pressured. Spins out of a sack. Tries to navigate back. He's around the 5-yard line, and that's where he's swallowed up and dropped by multiple defenders on that defensive line. Mason Ross was back there, along with a couple of other defenders. A big loss there on 1st down. About a loss of 10. Maybe a little less. Actually, lost to 12, sorry. Lost to 12 there on 1st down. Bug just hung on to the ball way too long. And it's going to set this ball inside the 5-yard line. So second down and 22. First down markers all the way out at the 27-yard line. Bug standing in the shotgun, 4 receivers out wide. Takes the snap. It's going to be a quarterback draw. Tries to get around the far side. Gets across the line of scrimmage. Cross the 15. Cross the 20. Cross the 25 where he's slammed out of bounds right next to the first down marker. Looks like he's going to be a yard short. But again, Mason Bug, who's the second leading rusher on this Williams Field team, showing off the wheels. We saw it to end the first half where we nearly housed it on what was a quote-unquote Hail Mary play. Now that time almost picks up the first down on the quarterback draw.
Yeah, and both these quarterbacks can certainly use their legs to their advantage. We've seen Christensen do it today, but I think Mason Bug might be a little bit faster. I mean, he got around that edge really quick. He almost beat a safety with his pure speed as he was just brought down about a yard short. But Mason Bug now starting to show his legs off after he was showing the arm off for a lot of the first half.
Third down and 1 from the 25. They line up in the I formation. Bug's going to turn around, hand it off. Met in the backfield and dropped. That Casteel defensive line swallowed that play up from the beginning. It was Peyton Benner again trying to get that yard for the first down, but 3 or 4 Casteel defenders broke through the line of scrimmage and snuffed that play out for a loss. And that's going to force a punt for Williams Field.
And what you said it, they sniffed it out perfectly. They saw it coming right off the snap, and as a result, they just bury their way into the backfield, and they wrap Benner up for a loss of a couple. And now Casteel has a chance to get the ball back with some pretty good field position.
As Williams Field has sent it away, not a good punt. Off the side of the foot of the Williams Field punter, it's going to take a Casteel bounce and drop at the 34-yard line of Williams Field. That punt netted maybe 10 yards. It landed at the 40, but then took a 180 turn and bounced back deeper into Williams Field territory, and Casteel is going to have great field position at the 34. So first and 10 from the Williams Field 34. 4 receivers out wide, 1 running back in the backfield. It's A.J. Murphy standing next to Dane Christensen. Quarterback gets the snap. He'll pass it on first down. Dangerous pass caught by Newcomb. A gain of 5 yards, quick out route. The route was almost jumped by a defensive back on the Williams Field side, but Christensen manages to fit it in there for a gain of 5 on first down. It's now 2nd and 5. 6:12 remaining in this third quarter. Again, 4 receivers out wide. Christensen back to pass again. Throws this one short. He's got Knutson out on the far side. Gains 4 yards. About a yard short of that first down marker, wrapped up and dropped at the 26-yard line. Along the far side, it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Casteel working quickly. 4 receivers again as Christensen does a hard count and gets a defender to jump off sides. A Williams Field defender bit on the hard count from Christensen as he rushed the players to the line of scrimmage. Gave the impression he was going to hike it quickly and ended up drawing a defender off sides. It's going to move the sticks and give Casteel a first down from the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10. 4 receivers out wide. Trips to the top, 1 to the bottom. Christensen back to pass. He's going to throw it out. Newcomb near side, caught at the 15. Trying to break a tackle, but no good wrap up and drop there by the defensive back. It is Brady Medina there on the tackle, but flags flying after the play, and we'll see what this will be. So it's only a gain of about 5 yards. First down marker set at the 12-yard line. It's going to be a personal foul on Williams Field. That's half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down. So just on that tackle there, a personal foul. It's going to move the ball inside the 10-yard line. Goal-to-go situation, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. They'll tighten up the formation. 2 receivers hugging the line of scrimmage on each side. Christensen lined up in the pistol with A.J. Murphy to his right. Takes the snap, He's back to pass. He'll throw it into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Casteel. Grady Burns. Second time today, Burns has caught a touchdown. His 8th of the season. Just a quick little stop route in the end zone. Just turns around, looks for Christensen, and a junior quarterback puts it right to the numbers of Grady Burns, makes the easy catch, and makes this a one-score game barring the extra point.
And that was just about as easy as it gets. Nobody was out in the middle of the field for Williams Field covering the best receiver from Casteel.
Murphy will sweep the leg on the extra point, punch it through the pipes, and it's a 21-28 ball game. 5 minutes on the dot remaining in this third quarter. But Grady Burns, after being silent a lot of the first half, finally seeing to get him going. He caught a touchdown pass earlier and then gets another one there.
And really, I don't know how he got so open. Again, he was just standing alone in the middle of the field. He was just waiting for Christensen. Stepped up, found him easily, and just hit him right in the numbers, like you said, to make it a one-score game. So again, for Grady Burns, guy was bottled up the first maybe 20 minutes of the ball game. Now he's really starting to get going, and as a result, Casteel's back within a touchdown. Their offense is really going.
So 28-21 Williams Field leads. They'll get the ball back following the Casteel touchdown. A.J. Murphy will send this ball away from right to left. A pair back deep to receive for Williams Field. Murphy raises the left hand, sweeps the leg, and sends it away. It's going to be fielded on the near side by one of the men back there. It's going to be brought across the 30-yard line and wrapped up and dropped at the 20. Maybe got a yard after that 21-yard line. That's where this Williams Field offense will set up. 4:53 remaining in this third quarter. T.J. Mathewson, Lyle Goldstein here on the Sports 360 Arizona live stream from Casteel High School. First down and 10 from the 22-yard line. A three-receiver formation, one running back in the backfield, tight end close to the formation. Bug gets the pass. Gets the snap. It's gonna be a quick wide receiver screen out wide. Receiver pushes forward. It's Cal Bergquist who pushes forward for about 3 yards. It's met right at that 25-yard marker and planted into the ground. Clock running, 4:33 to go. It's second down and 6. Three receivers now go out to the far side. Three defensive linemen down for Casteel. It's going to be a handoff, trying to cut near side. Wrapped up and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. It was LeJohn Hunter who couldn't find any daylight on that near side. It's going to be third down. Under 4 minutes to go, 3:58 clock ticking here in the third quarter. Mason Bug jogs back in from the sideline. The crowd will get loud here at Casteel High School. Third down and 5 from the 27-yard line. To get a first down, they got to get to the 33. Bug in the shotgun, three receivers out to the far side. He's back to pass, looking that way. Fires it, caught. Right past the first down marker at the 40-yard line, where the receiver, Miles Taylor, is dropped. That'll be move the sticks for Williams Field. Taylor again finds himself open and moves the sticks for Williams Field.
Well, when you need a big play and need a third down conversion, just go to Old Reliable. And for Miles Taylor, the number one receiver on this team, he found a little soft spot over the middle of the field. Easy comeback route, and Bug hits him no problem.
It's going to be a timeout. Or not, a quick injury timeout. Like it was Caleb Parker. Got taken off the field by trainers on the near side. So first down and 10 for the Blackhawks on the 40-yard line. Or 41-yard line. Two receivers out wide as they line up in the I formation. Bugs back to pass again. Looking deep this time, going long. tries a receiver out there. Flag is thrown as Bergquist got behind the defense. Ball was underthrown a little bit. There was pass interference there on Bergquist as the defensive back there shoved Bergquist as the pass was coming in. That's going to move the football well down the field.
And that's one of those plays where, whether it be fair or not, an underthrown ball is going to end up benefiting the offense, in this case being Williams Field, because Bug underthrew that ball. His receiver tried to come back to it. Casteel corner never turned his head around, and as a result, that's an easy 15 yards to move the chains again.
So with that 15-yard penalty, ball is going to be set up into Casteel territory, the 44-yard line. Really, a tough play for a defensive back. You have no idea the ball's underthrown. You're turning and looking at the wide receiver. So 1st down and 10. Again, Williams Field lines up in the I. Berg under center. Back to pass again out of the I formation. He'll go for it again. Bergquist out there alone. Makes the catch over the shoulder. Did he keep it down? No, he didn't. Lost control of the football as he was peeling towards the near pylon. Instead, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. As Bergquist, they went right back to that same exact play that gave him the 15-yard penalty. And Bergquist found himself open again. This one a little bit better thrown ball from Berg. This time Bergquist just could not hold on to it. We'll make it 2nd down and 10. They'll go in the I formation again. Whether it be a run or a pass is the question. Berg takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Pushing forward across the 40, wrapped up and dropped at the 35-yard line. On the carry, that was Cloud on the carry. Couldn't push that one forward more than 5 yards. Actually, it's going to give him a 1st down. 1st down and 10 from the 34-yard line. A gain of 10 on that run there. 1st down and 10, 2:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Again, they line up in the I, but 2 receivers this time to the near side. Berg takes the snap, hands it off this time. Far side, cutting around the corner, across the 20, across the 15, wrapped up and dropped at the 11-yard line. Peyton Benner again found some daylight on the left side of the offensive line and gashes the Casteel defense for a big gainer just outside of the goal-to-go situation. The ball marked at the 12-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 22 and a fresh set of downs. A couple explosive plays we've seen from Benner today. Already scored the first touchdown of this ball game way back in the 1st quarter. He's back there lined up behind Berg again. See what they decide to go with right here. Out of the I, turn around, they hand it off to Benner again. Finds a hole, cross the line of scrimmage, barrels his way forward and dropped at the 10-yard line, or at the 5-yard line, near that 1st down marker. So gain of 8. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. 1:28 to go here in the 2nd quarter. 28-21. Williams Field leads, and they're trying to add on another score right here before the end of the quarter. Again, the I formation. The 2 receivers are on the near side. Berg under center. Turns around, hands it off. Benner again, pushing his way forward. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Williams Field. 2nd touchdown of the game, 3rd of the season for Peyton Benner, as he makes it a 2-score game again, 34-21.
And Peyton Benner really just kind of establishing that drive, the real force on the Williams Field offense there toward the end of that drive, especially the 22-yard run, and then he punched it in for about a 2-yard score to give the 2-touchdown lead back to Williams Field. He's been a force today on the ground.
Extra point, snap good, place down, kick is up, and the kick is through the uprights. Makes it a 2-touchdown lead for Williams Field
as we near the fourth quarter here at Casteel High School. Every time it seems that Casteel tries to work their way back into this ball game, Williams Field just marches right down the field in response.
Yeah, they're really going punch for punch right now offensively. And we said there was probably going to be a lot of points scored in this game. It was a little sluggish on both sides offensively in the first quarter. But now both these teams are really rolling. Both teams are starting to find a little bit of a groove on offense, but Williams Field probably a little bit more so. They're really doing a good job running the ball. Peyton Benner's been their go-to back today. And then Mason Bugg is not afraid to air that ball out through the air either, as we saw with a couple shots downfield already. So they've really got a lot of different options in that playbook right now, and that Casteel defense has got to be on the toes.
1:04 remaining in this third quarter. 35-21. Blackhawks lead over the hometown Casteel Colts. Isaiah Newcomb back deep to receive for Casteel as they trail by 2 touchdowns here at home. Have yet to lose at home this season, 2-0. Just leg swept and the kick is away. Newcomb fields it at about the 8-yard line. Fake the reverse to Grady Burns. Tries to get the edge on the near side. Doesn't quite get there. Wrapped up and dropped at the 20-yard line. Just under a minute to go here in the third quarter, and that's where Casteel offense will come back out and look to bite back into this lead. They started the second half down 2 touchdowns. Drove down, scored, made it a 1-touchdown game, 28-27, and watched Williams Field offense march right back down and punch another touchdown in and make it a 2-touchdown game again. 4 receivers out wide. Ben Blancas in the backfield. Knutson motions across the formation. Christensen back to pass. He's going to get it out to Knutson on a swing pass. Lowers the shoulder, crosses the 20-yard line, pushes the defender back all the way to the 24, where he's brought down. It's going to be second down and a gain of about 5 yards. So actually gain of 4, second down and 6. Clock ticking, 34 seconds remaining in the quarter. Casteel offense working slowly with the clock ticking. 4 receivers out wide. Christensen takes the snap again, looking to pass. Looking to his left, now back to his right. Fires it near side. Pass is caught along the far sideline. Cross the first down marker. Ref whistles fly. He must have stepped out of bounds on his way back. Like that was Deegan on the far side. As he steps out, that'll stop the clock. He was a yard short of the first down marker at the 30-yard line. It's going to make it 3rd down and 1 with 14 3/10 seconds remaining. Ball's placed right at the 38. First down marker's at the 39. So 3rd and 1, Blancas lined up in the backfield behind Christensen. There's a couple of hard counts trying to get Williams Field to jump. There's no bite. 4 receivers split out wide, 2 to each side. Christensen motions Blancas out. Swing pass out to him. He'll catch it. Cross the 25. Cross the 30. Gets the first down. Ben Blancas on the swing pass on the motion out of the backfield. Moves the sticks, gain of just over 5 yards. That'll make it 1st down and 10 from the 35-yard line. 3 receivers split to the top, 1 to the bottom. As the clock runs out here in the third quarter, and that is going to end this third period. 12 minutes remain. 2 touchdown lead for Williams Field, and safe to say this is going to be a really big drive for this Casteel offense, which the Casteel defense hasn't been able to consistently stop the Blackhawks offense, and which makes this so important that you go down and punch it in right here.
Yeah, and if they can't get a touchdown on this drive, they're not going to have a whole lot more possessions. Maybe they'll get 2 more after this drive. Maybe, if they're lucky, a 3rd, but regardless, this is a huge, huge drive if they want to get this thing in the end zone and cut this to a 1-score lead, because as a result, if you're Casteel, this Williams Field offense has really, really been driving down the field pretty much at will after the first quarter. So they have to keep going punch for punch, toe for toe on these offensive drives if they want to stay in this thing and then hope to get 1 defensive stop. They're driving pretty well so far right now. That Ben Blancas screen pass picked up that first down.
as they got one of their best offensive playmakers in space to move the chains. But regardless, as this fourth quarter is about to begin, it's 35-21 Williams Field. Casteel trails by 2 touchdowns at home, and they look to mount a 14-point comeback and what could potentially be their 5th straight win. Williams Field, who's up by 14, looking to make it 4 straight wins. They'll flip sides of the field now as it's trips to the right, 1 to the left, as Casteel will move left to right across your radio dial. Christensen gets the shotgun snap. Pressure coming, and he's hit from behind, taken down in the backfield. That's a sack for Williams Field. It was Andres Finlayson on the stop. So Finlayson picks up the sack, and with 11:40 to go, it's 2nd and 17. So again, this has been a decently fast-paced game. And there's not going to be a whole lot more possessions for Casteel. Again, 2 to 3 more likely after this drive. So this is crucial here. 2nd and 17. Christensen, shotgun snap, takes a shot down the left side, looking for Newcomb, and he overthrows him out of bounds. So aired one out down the far sideline. One of their speedy receivers, Isaiah Newcomb, had a step on his defender. But he overthrows him and just sails it into the Williams Field sideline area to bring up a 3rd down and 17.
Yeah, and the way these offenses have been working, I mean, we've seen some games where the offenses quickly up, down the field, big plays have led to quick touchdowns, but these offenses have really been grinding this clock out, which really does limit the possessions, as you can notice. It seems like these offenses are only touching the ball maybe twice a quarter.
And that's why these possessions are so key, and they need this conversion, but it's 3rd and 17. Christensen, shotgun snap, rolls out right, now working his way back toward the middle of the field. Throws one out on the middle, and it's off the hands just over or behind the receiver, Dominic DeJean, to bring up a 4th down and 17. So Christensen rolled out right immediately after the snap, took about a step to his left, then back to his right, tried to sling one sidearm over the middle of the field, but it was about a half-yard behind DeJean, who got a hand on it but couldn't come all the way back to the football. So, as a result, Isaiah Newcomb's going to be set to punt it away. There's 2 Blackhawks back to receive this punt from Williams Field. It's Cal Berquist and Miles Taylor. 11:13 to go. It's 35-21 Williams Field. Newcomb walking his way up to the line. He'll be punting from left to right. Quickly backs up. Play clock winding down. As he wants the snap, he gets it. Couple steps in, kicks one. Wobbly kick at about the 50. Takes a friendly bounce toward Casteel. It's going to keep rolling to about the 40-yard line of Williams Field. It'll be down at the 40-41. So pretty decent field position for Williams Field, who really has a chance to put this game almost on ice with this drive. If they can march down and score here, that's a 21-point lead in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and maybe chew off a few minutes, too. We've seen them the ability to, more often than not, lining up in the I formation and handing the ball up the middle, keeping it right in the middle of the field and keeping that clock running. And, they managed to get a couple plays to the outside, those explosive plays, more the improv with Mason Bugg and Miles Taylor, really led to the explosive plays, but they've also done a great job of just chewing clock, and I think we'll see a little bit more of that on this drive.
So Casteel's offense pushed off the field. It'll bring out Williams Field's Mason Bugg and crew, who have about 60 yards to go if they want to make this a 3-score lead. It's trips to the right, no receivers to the left, with one running back to the right of Mason Bugg. Low snap, picks it up, tries to make something out of nothing. He can't do it, and he's taken down by a blockade of Casteel defender. So Bugg tried to improvise after a low snap, but that defensive unit just got to him too quickly. That'll push Bugg in the offense a few yards back. 2nd and 15. 10 minutes, 38 seconds to go. Clock is rolling. Blackhawks with a 2-score lead. They're looking for their 4th straight win and trying to get a big win over Casteel on the road. Williams Field had a good turnout. Visiting bleachers almost completely full with Blackhawks fans. 2nd down and 15. Shotgun snap for Bugg with trips to the right. He just throws one underneath. That's Cal Berquist who picks up a couple, but he trips himself over, just taken down by the turf, and it's going to be a 3rd down and about 12. And Berquist didn't seem too happy. He flipped that ball pretty hard over to the official on the far sideline. He overthrew him. And they're going to rule it's actually 3rd and 15, so he didn't pick up anything on that play. Looked like he might have gotten a couple. But it's a long way to go here for Mason Bugg and the Blackhawks offense. And this is a huge possession for the Casteel defense, too. They cannot afford to, one, let Williams Field milk off the clock, but more importantly, get into the end zone. They got a big 3rd down and long here. Trips to the right, one to the left, as now there's going to be an official blowing his whistle, and it's going to be a timeout on the side of Williams Field. So they want to go over a couple things. They might be starting to sense that this is an important drive for them, too, as they have a chance to, again, potentially ice this thing away. So want to draw up the right play call.
Well, don't want to try and do too much on this play. That would lead to a catastrophic mistake. I mean, you throw it into the hands of the Casteel defense that could, end up in the end zone. All of a sudden, that makes it a one-score game, and you got just under 10 minutes to go, and that's plenty of time to orchestrate one more drive together and score a touchdown. So, got to be careful, maybe find someone in space, break a couple tackles, and get that first down. But if there's a throw into traffic, more often than not, you're going to probably just want the safe option of pin them deep and let your defense play pretty well today. Go back out there and get a stop.
And especially so far in this second half, this Williams Field defense has been pretty solid. Their secondary hasn't let much by them. But the offense has really, really had it going for the most part of this game. So we'll see what they opt to do on 3rd and 15 here. They've got some receivers spread out. They've got 2 to the right and 2 to the left in a 4-receiver set. Christensen in the shotgun moving right to left. Gets the shotgun snap. Or rather, that's Bugg. He's going to step back. Now he's going to opt to run. Stepping toward the line. He fires down the right side. Caught at the 30-yard line of Casteel. A huge pass, but there's a flag down on the play. This might be coming back.
Yeah, that's probably going to be coming back. Looked like Bugg was past the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass. Also might have been a hold in the backfield as well. As soon as Bugg let go of that football, you saw the flag fly in from the line judge on the near side.
Yeah, so Williams Field has an idea this is coming back. Everybody's making their way back to the original line of scrimmage. Head official yet to make a signal yet. They go over to Casteel. Looks like it's going to be a holding call on the offense. So that would make sense. Bugg got a lot of time back there to try and improvise and roll out. And now they rule that there's 2 fouls on the play. And I think Casteel's going to decline them both to set up a 4th down and make Williams Field just punt it away, which makes sense. It was already 3rd and 15. Might as well just keep it at 4th and 15 and get the ball back. 9 minutes, 17 seconds to go here in the ball game. So Williams Field will come on to punt it away. They'll be punting from right to left with Grady Burns back to receive. So Casteel's got just under 9.5 minutes to try to put 2 scores up on the board. It's certainly manageable, but they need a big drive up right here. So both sides set. The punt is away. Casteel almost got back there. It's going to take a friendly bounce for the most part toward Williams Field. It's going to be down at the 32-yard line of the Colts. So decent field position for Christensen and crew. But again, this drive is unbelievably critical. Not going to have a whole lot of possessions left. And with the way that, for the most part, this Williams Field offense has been going, they have got to put some pressure on them. So the huddle breaks. Christensen in the shotgun formation. He's got trips to the left. One receiver motioning left to right. That's Knutson with Blancas in the backfield to the right hip of Christensen. Shotgun snap, immediately looking left. Flings one over the middle of the field. It's caught underneath by Dijon. He's going to pick up about 5. And it'll be 2nd down and 5. They're going to officially rule it 2nd and 6. So rather, it was Grady Burns on the catch. So 4-yard pickup. And Casteel's moving quickly. Blancas in motion to the left. Christensen gets the snap out of the shotgun. Surveying the field. He's got some time back there. Throws one over the middle, but it's behind Grady Burns, looking to go left to right on a crossing route. But it goes behind him to bring up 3rd down and 6. So already a big 3rd down conversion potentially upcoming.
And that was a miss right there. You saw Christensen throw it behind Grady Burns, who had some open field in front of him. If he hits him on the run, he turns upfield. He's only got a couple of guys to beat down that way. He had at least 10, 15 yards of free space down there. Instead, the throw's behind him and just falls to the ground harmlessly.
So Casteel needs these 6 yards here. 8:31 to go. It's 3rd down and 6 from their own 37-yard line. Shotgun snap for Dane Christensen. Looks over the middle, immediately scrambling right with pressure coming. Stops, tries to throw it to Grady Burns, but it's deflected by a Williams Field defender. And there's a flag down on the play. That one was thrown on the Casteel offensive side, so this could be on the Colts. We'll see what the officials rule.
From where those flags are, you're going to have to guess holding.
And so it is going to be offensive holding on Casteel. We'll see what Williams Field opts to do, though. So it's going to push him back. Williams Field is going to opt to repeat 3rd down. So Blackhawks head coach Steve Campbell putting some confidence in his defense to try to get him off the field again. It'll be 3rd down and 15. If it works successfully, the Blackhawks have some chance for some really good offensive field position. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. With Ben Blancas lined up behind Christensen in the pistol formation. Gets the snap, looking left, now looking to his right. He's got some pressure coming, spins. He's all the way back at the 5-yard line. He's got to throw it away. He does, and it's hauled in by Grady Burns, but it's not going to be enough for the 1st down. He picks up about half the distance to gain, as it'll bring up about a 4th down and 7. However, we'll see if Casteel opts to go for it here. 4th and 6. Now they're going to bring a punt team out. So Christensen and crew come off the field. Newcomb will be set to punt it away. (35-21) the score. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go. As Newcomb set up at about his own 21-yard line. Gets a low snap, fields it on a bounce, punts it away. Wobbly kick again. It's going to take a high bounce and sit just about there. It's down at the 41-yard line of Williams Field. So again, the Blackhawks are going to have some good field position. Taking that penalty paid off. It pushed the punt a few yards further back. And now they really have a chance to put this thing on ice. Now with only 8 minutes to go, if they can orchestrate even a 3-minute drive to put himself up 3 touchdowns, that would about do it.
Yeah, and for that Casteel offense, that really is not the drive you want down 3 scores. With a couple of, or 2 scores, down a couple of really ugly plays on that drive. Just broken. Pass rush gets back there to Dane Christensen, who just has to heave the ball out of play. And now you mentioned, yeah, this is a chance for the Williams Field offense to really put this game away.
So Mason Bugg will line up under center. I formation with Benner dotting the I. 2 receivers to the right. He gives to Benner. He dots out left. Brought back to the middle of the field by a couple of Casteel defenders, and he's going to pick up maybe a half yard. They're going to rule no gain. 2nd down and 10. And the clock will keep rolling. Exactly what Williams Field wants to see. So they're going to try and run the ball, of course. Keep the clock going. Pick up a couple 1st downs to really try to milk this thing down. 7:37 and counting to go. Bugg makes his way back to the huddle, but this Casteel defense needs 2 more pretty big stops. And if they can get it, of course, get the ball back with what could be about 5 minutes to go. So they would really have to ramp up the pace of their offense, but still somewhat manageable. Bugg under center, gets the snap again, drops back to pass 3 steps, fires one deep over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Intended for Taylor, and it's just overthrown with a couple of secondary members of the Casteel defense back there as well. That one was heaved down the right hash marks, but it couldn't quite be brought in by Miles Taylor to bring up a 3rd and 10.
And Taylor would have got whacked on that if he managed to get that. And there were a couple of safeties bracketing him from each side. But that one, you know, didn't really get behind him, just got behind the corner. It would have been a tough catch.
So now 3rd down and 10. Bugg once again under center. They need a 3rd down conversion here. Three-step drop back to pass. Fires one on an out route completed to Berquist. And it's going to be close to the line to gain. He's going to be marked just short. So it'll be 4th down and 1 from the 50-yard line. As of right now, however, Blackhawks offense is still on the field. They may very well opt to go for this and keep the ball in their own hands. So Bug looking toward the sideline. He gets a signal, and he's coming back to the huddle. So, yeah, they're going to go for this. 4th down and 1. Some of the Casteel faithful get to their feet. One receiver lined up to each side, lined up pretty far. Under center's Bug, gets the snap, hands off Benner, up the middle, pushing for yardage, and he gets it. Benner picks up the 1st down, and that is a huge 1-yard conversion for Williamsfield.
And that will keep the clock ticking. And just pushing, put his head down, lowered his shoulder, got the 3 feet that he needed. And we've seen a lot of explosive runs from Benner today, and that one didn't need explosive, just needed to move the chains, and that's exactly what he did. Now you see this Williamsfield offense taking its time, letting the clock tick down.
And the clock's doing just that. 6:40 to go and rolling. 35-21 the score. The Blackhawks leading by 2 touchdowns. Bug once again under center. He's been in the shotgun formation most of tonight, but this whole drive's been under center. Give to Benner, cuts right side. He's got some room to go, pushing back toward the middle of the field, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards. So 2nd down and 8 to go. Clock continuing to milk its way down. We're just over the 6-minute mark. And Williamsfield really has a chance to just kind of ice this one away. He still needs a big defensive stop. Like TJ said, Williamsfield taking its time in the huddle. They slowly walk to the line of scrimmage. They put 2 receivers out to the far side, none to the near side in the I formation. Looks like it's Cloud dotting the I. Gets the snap, hands off to Cloud, dances right. He's got some space, got some daylight across the 40, moving his way toward the marker, and he's well past it to move the sticks again. So Caden Cloud picks up a 1st down, and once again, Williamsfield keeps the chains moving, and it keeps the clock going. Under the 5.5-minute mark to go now, with Williamsfield still up a pair of scores. So TJ, after Bug and the offense have thrown the ball around the yard so well tonight, they're really establishing the run here on this drive as an attempt to milk the clock down.
Yeah, well, we've seen them been able to run all game, throwing a little bit to score, get yourself up a couple scores, then turning to the run game and milking out the clock, as we can see they're doing right here.
So low snap, it's bobbled by Bug. He dives on it, and it looks like he's going to keep it himself. A little bit of a botched snap there from the Williamsfield offense, but no harm, no foul for the most part. It'll push back the Blackhawks a couple of yards, make it 2nd down and about 12.
And, yeah, those first 3 quarters really were just an example of, throwing, getting ahead, moving the chains, putting the other team in a really precarious situation, then just letting your offense grind out the game and wind down the clock. And it's what they're doing on this drive. Might take this one all the way down.
You throw to score, and you run to win. That's what Williamsfield's trying to do right here. So Bug back under center. 1 receiver lined up to each side. Now the clock's going to be stopped, and Williamsfield takes a timeout. Okay, so they stop the clock. They must really want to go something over something offensively. As they know this drive is important, they have a chance to run the clock for the most part all the way down, but it does stop their own clock. So they'll go over a couple things. Casteel back on their sideline to go over a defensive scheme. But again, there has not been a shortage of points, that's for sure, in this ball game. 35-21, so 56 total points in the game. But as of right now, Williamsfield has had the last laugh. They're up by 2 touchdowns. 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go in this one. And if this Casteel ball club wants a chance to really cut in at this lead, they need a big defensive stop, and they need to do it quickly. So Casteel comes back onto the field. The Blackhawks taking their time. But we'll see what they opt to run out of the timeout.
Probably just anything but fumbling another snap and giving Casteel really any sort of opportunity. The game's in their hands. Just keep the ball in their own hands, and you see that again here with another heavy formation.
So one receiver stacked to each side. Bug under center, gets the snap, hands off to the fullback who's got some room across the 35, dancing out left to the near side, 25-20. He's still pushing for yardage and finally chopped down at the 15-yard line. Oh, that timeout pays dividends for Williamsfield, who picks up about 30 yards on that run, puts themselves inside the red zone, keeps the clock going. And now the Blackhawks have a chance to put this thing on ice. They're 15 yards out from another score. 4 minutes to go in the game. Bug and the offense taking their sweet old time in the huddle. Benner, the running back, will sub out. Clouds into the game. And now Bug back into the huddle after standing on the sidelines with his head coach Steve Campbell for a minute or so. They're milking all the clock they can. For the first time in this drive, they're now in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Cloud to the right hip of Bug, who gets the snap. He hands off to Cloud up the middle. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Nice job by the defensive unit of Casteel. Looked like it was Wyatt Reedhead on the stop, but it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10, or rather 11, however the clock's still running. That's what Williamsfield cares about most at this point. The clock is their friend. It is not the friend of Casteel, who still trails by 14. Bug once again taking his time, ran over to the far sideline, now back into the huddle. 35-21 the score with 3 minutes to go. It's a shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bug gets the snap, looking to call his own number, run it himself right up the middle, pick up about 4 and stopped right there. He's tackled at the 11-yard line, brought down by Benjamin Blancas, it sounded like. Or no, it was Mason Bug rather on the carry. He's brought down by a couple of defensemen of Casteel. It's 3rd down and 7 with 2:30 to go in this contest. They're going to certainly take their time. They'll likely run it all the way down to about the 2-minute mark on the game clock before they call this next play. And you'd have to think, this could even be 4-down territory to think about it for Williamsfield, because if they just run it on 3rd down, don't get it. They milk more clock, try to run it on 4th down, and even if they don't get that, it still makes Casteel drive 90 yards on offense, but they'd rather just get the 1st down here. It's a play fake, back to pass Bug. He's got a man wide open on the far sideline in the end zone, and it's hauled in for a touchdown. 41-21 the score. It's Josh Gale again with the score. And it's 41-21. That should ice this one away. A great play call from Williamsfield. Play fake under center from Bug. Takes about 3 steps back on a drop. Fires one to the far sideline toward the corner for Gale, who hauls in the score to make it a 20-point lead. Extra point coming. Kicks up, end over end, and he nails it. Make it a 21-point lead. Williamsfield up 3 touchdowns on the road with 1:58 to go. That should about do it.
Yeah, and the Casteel defense looked a little bit like they were also expecting an all-out run, and then just another hard play fake, as we've seen a lot today out of that I formation. And Gale finds himself wide open in the end zone. A nice easy throw from Bug hits him right in the chest.
So the special teams unit will come out. But it looks like this 4-game winning streak is about to be snapped for Casteel. Meanwhile, looks like the Blackhawks are about to make it a 4-game win streak. They beat Cactus Shadows. They won at Barato and then at Morena 62-0 last weekend. We've talked about it tonight. They have a really, really strong defense. They've held a Casteel ball club that is very, very stout with a strong offense to just 21 points tonight on their own home turf. So they'll get set to kick it away. Williamsfield will be booting it right to left with Isaiah Newcomb back deep to receive. 1:58 to go to be exact. It's 42-21 Blackhawks. as Christensen and the offense will take the field after this ensuing kickoff.
Kicking for the Blackhawks, number 61, Nelson Walker.
So Williams Field steps into it, kicks away, and Newcomb's going to field it at about the 5-yard line. He's going to swing it around on the reverse to Grady Burns out toward the far side, cuts back toward the middle, across the 25, now to the 30, has some room, broken tackle, and he's got a lot of green in front of him. Grady Burns to the 45, 40, finally pushed out of bounds at the 33-yard line of Williams Field. And quite the kick return from Newcomb and Burns, and all of a sudden, Casteel's got some pretty decent field position, although not a whole lot of time to work with.
Yeah, it might be too little, too late. That was the kind of play Casteel probably would have liked to have 5 to 6 minutes ago, and they still had a chance. It was still a 2-score game. Instead, now you make up 3 touchdowns in just over a minute and a half, and it's looking like that is unlikely at this point.
So Christensen back into the game in the shotgun formation, takes the snap with 2 receivers to the left, throws in the flat to Blancas, who's out across the 25-20, cuts back to the 15-10, and he's taken down there, although, no, they're going to rule him out of bounds at about the 17-yard line on the near sideline. So that right foot might have just gotten a little bit of the chalk, although that will stop the clock, so maybe a little bit of a blessing in disguise, as it also picks up the first down. So 1:37 to go. Casteel has the ball spotted at the 17-yard line of the Blackhawks. 2 receivers stacked to the right side, 2 to the left. Christensen gets the snap, drops back to pass, looking over the top, fires underneath to Grady Burns, who makes the catch. He's smothered at the 10, taken down at the 7-yard line. And this has been some type of quick drive for Casteel. If you want to mount a comeback, this is where it all starts, although they'll probably need a couple of onside kicks. 1:24 to go. 42-21 the score in favor of Williams Field. Shotgun snap for Christensen. Steps up in the pocket, looking to run. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard and is taken down. And with 1:12 to go, Casteel's going to use a timeout.
Timeout Casteel. 1:12 remaining, fourth quarter.
Well, TJ, they've taken all the right steps for everything they have to work with to this point, but all said and done, even if they score here, they're going to need an onside kick or 2, and pretty quickly.
And 2 onside kicks, trailing by 3 scores, and calling a timeout to talk it over, not the worst idea in the world, but it just seems unlikely at this point that you manage 3 touchdowns in under 2 minutes.
So with 1:12 to go, Casteel in a timeout, with Williams Field going over their defensive plans. For the Colts, they've won 4 games in a row, as we've mentioned tonight. After that opening night loss to Centennial, 34-27, which, by the way, Centennial is a powerhouse in the Arizona football high school world, so that was a pretty impressive performance to begin with by Casteel. They just couldn't quite finish the job. Then they won 4 in a row versus Apollo, Verrado, Mountain View, and Kellis. Their closest win coming at Mountain View, 25-13. Now they're back on the field, much like the Williams Field defense, as it's a pistol formation. A.J. Murphy lined up behind the quarterback, Christensen. Or rather, it's Ben Blancas under center. It's a wildcat formation. Takes it out right, cuts up the 5 and toward the end zone, gets across the goal line. Touchdown, Casteel. So a halfback draw on a wildcat offense play where Ben Blancas takes the direct snap, dances out right, and pushes across the goal line to cut it back to a 2-score game. A little bit of nifty play calling there from Casteel. They just get the ball in the hands of Blancas, not trying to do anything too fancy. He cuts it just a bit out right toward the right guard, and he pushes it into the end zone. So with 1:08 to go, it's 42-27. And Casteel's just going to opt to go for 2 here. Christensen back at quarterback in the shotgun. Signals Blancas in motion, but there's going to be a whistle blown, flag down on the field, and it looks like somebody might have jumped early.
As well as Blancas' run today, I'm surprised we haven't seen a little bit more of that formation. So, it was pretty effective down there in the goal-to-go situation.
So that's going to push it back 5 yards. The offense is going to stay on the field, however. They're trying to get points on the board. So Christensen gets the signal. He walks back up to the line and sets up the offense. They've now got to go 7 yards, of course, to get this 2-point score. 42-27 the score. Blancas in motion left to right. Shotgun snap to Christensen. Looks over the middle. Pump fakes once. Rolling out right. Fires to the back of the end zone, and he overthrows Grady Burns and back toward the back stands. So that's incomplete. That'll keep it at a 15-point game. And now Casteel's going to have to try and attempt an onside kick. They've already used one timeout, so if they can't convert this, it's pretty much all but done. So Casteel's put up 27 points tonight, but Williams Field just one-upped them a little bit. In fact, for Williams Field, they've scored 40 or more points in each of their last 3 games. They've scored 35 or more in each of their last 4. A little bit of a trend there. They've won 4 straight, and they've scored 40-plus points in 4 straight. So while that defense has been stout, Mason Bugg in the offense have really been leading this charge. Murphy out to try and attempt an onside kick. Williams Field stacked to the near side. Murphy angles left. One man in motion for Casteel. The kick's going to go to the far side, takes a couple hops, and it's going to squiggle its way out of bounds. So a kick infraction on Casteel. That'll give the ball back to Williams Field, and that should all but do it. Casteel does have 2 timeouts if they want to try and use them, so maybe they'll try and force a couple of run plays from Williams Field. But Blackhawks are a minute, 8 seconds away from picking up win number 4 on the season and their 4th straight victory in total. Well, TJ, all in all, a pretty impressive performance from the Blackhawks all around tonight. But we've talked about it on both sides of the ball. They've been really, really stout, and that's what results in this 15-point lead with a minute to go.
Yeah, they've gotten the stops where they needed on 3rd down. We're in the red zone back in the first half. Casteel had an opportunity deep in Williams Field territory and then ends up just fumbling the ball away. And that was a chance in this ball game where they're just trailing by a touchdown. They could have tied it up. Instead, Williams Field goes down and goes up 2 touchdowns and has kept Casteel at arm's length with 2 touchdowns usually, like it is now, for most of the game. And it's just been Williams Field making the plays out there.
Yeah, so that was a real backbreaker for Casteel back in the first half. When they were 5 yards out from the end zone, they fumbled a snap, and it really proved to be costly tonight. Victory formation for Williams Field. Bugg takes a knee down, and the clock's going to keep running. So it's under a minute to go. Blackhawks will likely have to take one more snap. For Casteel, once again, the offense wasn't bad tonight. They put up 27 points, but it just wasn't quite enough. Again, that botched snap on the 5-yard line of Williams Field, as well as one of their top receivers, Colin Gapin, being out for this ball game. He got hurt on the first play during the kickoff. A couple of things not going the way of the Colts tonight. As it's a victory formation again, Bugg takes a knee down, and that should do it. The clock will just bleed out as both sides make their way to the middle of the field, and Williams Field picks up the victory on the road at Casteel by a final score of 42-27. They'll move to 4-2 on the season with the win. Casteel will move to 4-2 on the season with a loss. Well, TJ, it was like we kind of previewed today. There were certainly a lot of points scored, and both offenses really showed out. Like we were just talking about a minute ago, that play for Casteel, the fumbled snap 5 yards out from the end zone really proving costly, and then a couple of defensive stops that they just couldn't quite get, kind of the deciding factors in tonight's contest.
Yeah, and, the explosive plays on offense for Williams Field, also one of the big differences. You didn't really see the Casteel offense at any time really breaking out and finding a receiver open down the field for a chunk of 40, 50 yards, but we saw that 2, 3, 4 times for Williams Field tonight, and they were able to capitalize, turn a couple of them into touchdowns. In the end, the difference in the ball game.
Yeah, and a couple of these Williams Field receivers really showed out. Now, for Casteel, they had Grady Burns catch 2 touchdowns. It took them a little while to get going. But if you want to talk about the offensive playmakers tonight, I think you got to look right at Williams Field, and you look at their top target, Miles Taylor, as well as Josh Gale, who hauled in that touchdown late. Those guys were all over the place tonight, giving the Casteel defense headaches after headaches.
Yeah, and just 2 different guys. You saw a lot of speed out of Miles Taylor, and then just the big frame of Josh Gale just overpowering the defensive backs for Casteel. Just out there making plays, and it was those plays that were the difference here tonight.
Well, because of those plays, Williams Field comes on the road and comes into the house of Casteel and picks up the 15-point win. 42-27 the final score. Both teams now sit at 4-2. The 4-game winning streak comes to an end for Casteel, but Williamsfield makes it a 4-game winning streak of their own. Fireworks going off in the distance as Williamsfield walks that way. Both sides going over to their respective fan bases as both teams will now sit at 4-2 on the season. One final time, 42-27 the final score here from Casteel High School in Queen Creek. Williamsfield picks up the 15-point win and picks up their 4th win of the season. One final time for TJ Mathewson, I'm Lyle Goldstein. We thank you so much for tuning in tonight to the Sports 360 AZ live stream. We thank you so much for tuning in every week as you do. Catch us next week again for another edition of Friday Night Lights of Arizona High School Football. And for one final time, TJ Mathewson, I'm Lyle Goldstein, signing off from Casteel High School in Queen Creek. We'll talk to you next week.